Coming to you live from their studio in South Florida, Twist Gaming. Featuring lead broadcaster, Matt Koza. Co-host and creative genius, Josh Perry. Co-host and interviewer extraordinaire, Ann Lazito. Co-host and marketing mogul, Aaron Murphy. With appearances from special guest, Lucy. Welcome to Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. This is Twist Gaming, where you get to play board games with us. We're coming to you live here from our studio in sunny South Florida, bringing you another spotlight stream where we get to show off some of the best new games in the biz. And tonight we have the pleasure of showing off Smartphone Inc. by Arcane Wonders. But first up, who are we? I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
I'm Josh.
And we got special guest Walter from Arcane Wonders on the chat.
Great to be here, guys.
Hey, Walter.
Hey, everyone.
He sounds so enthusiastic. I mean, you're so
I'm gonna hang out with
refreshed.
you guys. I couldn't be more enthusiastic.
You've slept so much. I really don't understand why you're not like jumping for joy.
Post Gen Con, I was just a week on the beach, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're all recovering from the Gen Con craziness, but stepping back another convention, we were actually at Dice Tower Con earlier this year, and you guys did a Smartphone Inc. event with us in the Twist Gaming game room. So we do have a little bit of footage of this, but this is actually
Walter's in it.
Yeah,
we're
Walter's
not
in it, but we're not in it. Go figure.
Yeah, that was a great event. We had a pretty packed house that night. That was super fun playing with you guys then. I know you guys didn't get to play, but playing around you guys.
The buzz around this game has been really solid, and I've been super itching to play it. I was very excited when you said that you'd like to do a spotlight with us for that. So yay!
I have to call out the big purple elephant in the room.
Yeah.
The smartphone guy is Bay. Now we can continue the rest. Like that it just needs to be explicitly said. Continue.
All right.
It does need to be said, and more importantly, if anyone knows a lookalike, please send us photos, because we're trying to get the closest lookalike we can. Everyone knows somebody who looks like this.
Walter,
Oh, yeah.
I think if you dyed your hair a little bit darker and put glasses on,
Yeah.
Glasses on.
Oh yeah, you could do this, Walter.
you could do it.
You got to grow out the stash a little more.
Yeah, I have to work on this.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just like the chunky version of it. It's like I'm the plus-size Smartphone Inc. guy. I could be on the cover of your expansion.
I don't have enough of this negative talk out of you guys. It's perfect.
Funny.
All right, so Ann,
Yes.
you can throw the ball to you, wad it up. There you go, catch it.
Thank you. So, Walter, let's talk a little bit about Smartphone. We got to do the event at Dice Tower Con. Smartphone is on Kickstarter, just wrapping up the Kickstarter. How are we going with that?
On Kickstarter now, we've got like 2 days left.
Yeah.
It's still cruising. They've just hit a nice stretch goal, like, I don't know, a half hour before we got on here, and they're almost at 200,000, so there's another nice one, hopefully coming up tonight, which would be great.
Yes, that would be
So
super
yeah,
exciting.
so it's rolling. It's been super fun. It's interesting. Arcane Wonders is a little bit on the back seat on this one. Cosmodrome Games, the creators are really running it. And so we're playing more of a support role on this Kickstarter, which has been, honestly, it's much more fun doing that than being in the hot seat the whole time.
That's a little bit what I was going to ask you, is that this is not like an Arcane Wonders original. You guys are partnering with Cosmodrome on this project. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Correct. Yeah. So they did a sort of a soft launch for this game at Essen last year, and it got a lot of great buzz at Essen. It was sort of the darling of the show, as we sort of gathered. And Tom Vassell saw it there, and he fell in love with it. And so we published the Dice Towers Essentials line.
Right.
And usually how that works is Tom will bring us a couple games. He'll be like, these are the games I found recently. I really love them. Which ones do you like? And it didn't really go that way with Smartphone. It was more like Tom was just like, this is the game. You guys have to do it. And we were all a little skeptical. We're like, sure it is, Tom. Like, well, let's see about that. And he was right. Quickly fell in love with Smartphone. It's not even the kind of game I normally play. Like, I'm not really this kind of Euro sort of guy.
Right.
And I feel converted by Smartphone. I love it. I love this level of strategy. And I love how unique it feels. And we'll get into that in a second. But it's got a lot of really clever things. And when we saw it, we knew we just had to make it part of the line and work on it. So it's been honestly, it's been a blessing.
So at Twist Gaming, we don't get to play a lot of Euros just because of how the show is set up. But when we were talking about Smartphone, in the amount of, like, what's the weight of this as a Euro?
against something, it's pretty on par in my opinion, and maybe some people disagree with me. I think it's right on par with Terraforming Mars in terms of its weight. Like there are definitely heavier games, but I think fully it kind of hits that sweet spot for me where it's got a lot of those really hard decisions, but the turns are super fast, and so it feels lighter than it actually is. Like if you really want to get into it, you can be thinking about the optimal play for hours. But because a lot of the thinking is simultaneous, it goes a lot faster and feels lighter than, it sort of punches like above its weight class in that regard, if that makes sense.
Very cool. So you were talking about just hitting a stretch goal. What kind of stretch goals have been included in this Kickstarter campaign?
We've had a couple really fun ones, and the Cosmodrome guys were really great about it, where they sort of rearranged a few things recently because there were some things that fans wanted more of. So, like the big one we just hit was a separate map that's focused specifically on 1 to 3 players. So you can play the map that we're about to play at any number of players. You can go lower, but this map is like extra tough and extra designed to be like challenging for those lower player counts. So there's a variable setup here that tightens the board, but this is like every move has to be really on point. So that one's really cool. They're doing some scenarios, which I'm really excited about. And you guys know me, that's kind of more of the stuff that I love, where there's a little bit more narrative to it and there's a little bit more of that like immersive feelings. So they did that, which was really cool. They added some minis to the game, which I'm excited about. They're sort of a smaller feature, but they're there and they're beautiful, so that's really cool. But a lot of what they've been adding, it feels really simple when you see it. It's more of these little technology tokens that we just set up off camera, and it feels like you're like, oh, a little token, whatever. The amount of new layers that just one of those tokens adds to your decision making is hilariously. It's deep. So that's really, it feels like it's not adding a lot, but it's adding so much to this world. It's awesome.
What I know that Arcane Wonders didn't design this game. I know this was kind of Cosmodrome, but do you know much about the background of the development of the game?
I've met a lot of the Cosmodrome team, and I love it. They're all awesome. But I actually haven't met the designer, and I'm really looking forward to it because the man's clearly a genius. I don't actually know that much about how his thought process went in, and we're hoping, actually, it's funny you say, we're trying to get some like interview type stuff going with him so we can get a little bit more of that out in the world. As far as I gather, he's kind of the guy behind the desk, and they've got a lot. There's actually a huge front-facing team, so he doesn't have to talk to anyone, as far as I can tell.
It's nice. I can do your work, go send it out, and have other people.
I'm a little jealous, frankly.
Oh, that's fantastic. As a designer, Walter, you being a designer and coming from that background, what would you say is maybe something you really, a mechanism that you really admire about how it was integrated into the game? What do you like from the design aspect?
And it's really the core mechanic of the game, and what we'll explain first when we get going. The planning pads. It's such a unique feature, and I love action programming stuff in general. And this is sort of a take on action programming. Like normally when you talk action programming, you're thinking about planning out what the moves are going to be in an order, like in a different sequence. Well, the sequence is always the same for all players here, but you're planning on how much weight you're going to give to each action and sort of which direction on these sliding scales you're going to go. And the functionality of doing this with this puzzle with these two pieces is really the entirety of the game is that thinking process. So it'd be impossible not to single this out as just like the number one. Not only is it extremely unique, but it's buttery smooth and really quick. So there's just like and from our first playthrough, I've really felt like I'm in awe of this little planning system right here.
Very cool. Okay, well, I'm super excited to get into this. Can you tell me a little bit about what smartphone is and what we should do to get started?
Absolutely. So the four of us, we are smartphone manufacturers. Go figure. Back in the year, like early 2000s or so. This is before smartphones became a thing. So we're trying to be, competing to be the first like Steve Jobs on the scene right now. So we've each been given a little screen. That's our company. 2 planning pads. You think of this as like the guy on the cover there with his iPad in his factory, and he's sort of doing all the top end directing. So that's this for us. And then we each are going to have one of these little upgrade tokens that's unique to us. We're going to get a bunch more of these during the game, but we each sort of start with one that kind of pairs with our variable setup here on the board. So we've all got a little tray, these little plastic trays, and these are just kind of prototypes that are getting upgraded as we go. What you guys have here is a plastic tray with 3 types of bits in it. we've got
The Empire
little
State Building.
Oh, what you got there? Which one? Okay, so that's an office. These are the buildings that we're going to be putting out across the board to sort of stake our claim in a region. Anywhere where we have an office that belongs to us is a place where we can sell our phones. So we're going to be going through the entire economic cycle here of manufacturing, distributing, and selling phones. So we've got offices, and then we've got these little staircases. These are progress tokens. They get used in a couple ways during the game. You put them in a few different places, but basically they're saying, hey, I'm working towards something over multiple turns. You're going to be your little turning wheel of unloading type screen there.
Okay.
And then the last one are these cubes, which are your phones. This is what you're producing and selling to get money, which is points. Money is all we care about. We're trying to be the richest smartphone manufacturer at the end of this. So anytime during the game you see one of these crate symbols, sometimes they'll be black, sometimes they'll be orange, whatever. Whenever you see one of those crate symbols, it's referring to one phone, one of those little cubes that you're going to make.
Okay.
So in the tray, you've got an empty square.
In the middle.
So you've got a little area for your offices, a little area for your progress tokens, an area for your unmanufactured phones, and then a little empty square. Whenever you manufacture a phone, you're going to do a cute little swipe and swing one of those cubes into that empty space, saying, hey, I'm ready to sell.
I'm not
for this
coordinated,
round.
I'm sorry.
You
There we
may
go.
want to just block the light a little bit because it would be nice to show off on the bottom the iconography on the plastic
Yeah,
tray.
it's kind of hard, and I don't even know if it's the light that's the problem. It's that it's a little washed out. But there's basically an indent in the tray, a stamped crate in the bottom of that to indicate that that's what you're doing there.
And again, Walter, so
And
that
these are
these...
very prototypes.
Yeah,
so
this is
still-
very prototype. You guys are still on Kickstarter, so as we go through it and do this playthrough, it's just important to keep that in mind.
So any phone you swipe over that you've built, you put in that little spot is saying, hey, I'm ready to sell for this round. And at the end of the round, they're all gone. So you're incentivized to do as much as you can and not waste any of your production. So let's look at the board for a second.
Okay.
So you see in the top left-hand side there, we've got a track 1 through 5. The game is played over 5 rounds. And that, when you start getting into it and you really know what's going on, you're going to feel like, man, that is not enough time to make a mistake. The game, in actuality, is super tense. We're going to play, maybe this first round is going to kind of feel like a dummy round. You guys aren't going to know all of the sort of strategic decisions to make. But in a real playthrough where you guys are being really competitive, you're going to feel like, man, each round is super tense. So each of these 5 rounds is played over 8 phases, which are printed right next to it in those colors. And these phases are all taken simultaneously during the game. So we'll start with one of these little rectangle cubes on that phase 1. We'll cover that in a minute. So we all been given a player color, and these colors have a starting location on the board. So wherever you see there's a little colored cube in some of them, like South America and North Africa, CIS, these little colored spaces, those are the starting spaces for each color. And you're going to place 1 office marker in your starting spot there.
All right. So, and if you could put that in mind for me. So just to show off, this is also on the player screen. So I'm Redberry, that's in the CIS. So it's printed right there. Just, any colorblind concern or anything like that.
Need a office for Walter.
Walter, where's your office?
Right in North Africa, right in the middle there. Dang. Perfect. So these are the starting locations where we're going to be able to sell our phones. But throughout the game, we're all going to spread out. We're going to be in each other's territory. We're going to be competing for these locations. But we start in those spots. We've also set up for this game some variable setup based on the number of players and which color players are in the game. We put out some of these rectangular black spaces as retailers. We're not going to worry too much about retailers yet, but just so that people know, this is a variable setup that sort of tightens the board based on player count.
Isa Thelios is asking, are these the new 2nd edition components?
I believe what we're looking at, and I maybe get corrected by someone else in the comments, I believe that this is the 1st edition that was sold at Essen.
Okay.
So we're not looking at 2nd edition components yet, because 2nd edition won't get printed for another couple weeks. Kickstarter is when we'll start that manufacturing process. So on the far left, is a track with a big dollar sign.
Here.
So this is representing what our phones currently cost. It's going to fluctuate throughout the game, but we're all going to start the game on with one of our offices on the 5 track.
Okay.
Put mine first because
For
I'm
each
the
player.
coolest.
So our phones start at a value of $5, and every round we can bring that up and down, but at the end of every round it's going to reset back to 5. So we can always sort of make that decision. And throughout this game, sort of the major decision is whether or not you want to go for a sort of high-end expensive phones and be like Apple of the world, or you want to go for
Track
sort of
phones.
cheap, less valuable phones and distribute everywhere and be the Walmart of the world. So we've got our value out on price there, and then on the opposite side of the board, we've got a smaller little board for our current victory points or total sort of value revenue of our companies. And you'll notice at the top there, there's an asymmetrical starting location for each of us in the top of that little board.
Nope, I'm confused. Where are we talking?
There's a smaller red board. It looks like a little iPad.
Okay,
Oh,
got it.
it's all the way off to the side. Okay.
Here you go,
I
buddy.
apologize.
That's fine.
All right. So you were saying
So this is where
asymmetrical starting positions there?
Yeah, this is where we're going to be tracking scores throughout the game, but we all start on the matching colored spot. They're really small point differences. They've sort of balanced with our starting locations and our starting upgrades and things like that, but most importantly, they're going to solve any ties in turn order early on. By the end of this game, we're going to be scoring up in the hundreds, 200. I mean, it goes, and if you're all amazing, you can go as high as. So those few differences early on in the game really aren't.
Walter, can you repeat that? Your microphone cut out for a second there.
Sorry, I got a beep here on this screen. So those little differences in victory points at the beginning of the game aren't going to matter later when we're scoring up in the 200s or so.
Between 3 and 7.
Over by you.
Gotcha. All right. So I'll keep this by me, and I'm assuming we're putting an office on this, or?
Putting an office on each of those, exactly.
All right.
So the other pieces for those watching that we did of setup here that happened off camera is we shuffled a set of these little upgrade tokens, and we put them off to the side on the right there by the little factory upgrades. And we also selected, or they could have been randomly chosen, these purple technology upgrades to go at the bottom of the board down here. So we got the board set up, and we're ready to start with round 1, phase 1,
Fight.
which is the planning phase. Fight. This is kind of the most important part of the game, and it's sort of the main mechanic that we talked about in the beginning there, the action planning system. So you guys have each been given 2 different pads. They're identical sets for each player, but each of us have 2 different pads that are also different front and back. This is how we're going to be setting up what our factories are going to be doing this whole round, and we're going to arrange these behind our little screen, secret from one another, such that at least one of the squares, these cells, there are 6 cells per pad, such that at least one is overlapping, even if there's nothing in the space that's being overlapped. You want anywhere from 1 to 4 of these cells being overlapped. And
So-
you can do that. Yep.
You can overlap a blank, or it has to be a full completed icon.
You can absolutely overlap a blank. You can overlap blank to blank.
Okay.
You can overlap icons you want. You can do this in any orientation. So as long as they are square, straight on, and not at some crazy diagonal. But you can do these in any combination such that anywhere from 1 to 4 of these cells are being overlapped.
Okay.
Interesting. So can we go over
So-
these symbols really quick, Walter, so I can know
Yeah,
where I'm,
let's
how I'm
do
trying to
a
align
quick
that?
overview. I'm not going to dive into too much detail because we're going to go through kind of each one as we get to that phase.
Walter said
But
be
we'll do just
patient, Matt.
What was that, Ann?
I said Walter said be patient, Matthew.
We're going to do just a quick overview of what each of these mean. So everywhere we see one of those crate symbols, and these pads, it's a black crate symbol, that's saying I'm going to be producing 1 phone to sell for this round. You're going to get 1 phone for each of those crate symbols, even if it's got on the other side of that board, if you flip it over, you'll see a different version of that same symbol that's got a little minus money value in it. That's still going to produce you a phone, but it's going to bring your price down. Track there on the left in that little price track. It's going to bring your price down for that round. It'll be able to come back up later, but you're saying, hey, for this round, I'm focusing on mass production, and so my phones are going to be a little bit less valuable, but I'm going to ultimately have more of them. Mm-hmm. So either of those symbols will get you one phone to sell for that round. The extra trick being that every cell you overlap, regardless of whether or not there's an icon on the top or the bottom, every single cell you overlap, anywhere from 1 to 4 cells, is going to produce you one extra phone for that round to sell.
Oh.
You're dedicating your factory's resources to making extra phones.
So the more overlaps you have, the more guaranteed phone production you have.
Right.
Okay.
So why don't you just put them in an arrangement right now, and I can sort of show people how this will be counted down. So right now, you've got, and I'm sorry, the bottom of that pad is being cut off on the camera. Yeah. Any way to see the bottom of the arrangement there?
Yeah, so one logistics and then a blank on the end of the bottom of this one.
Gotcha. So for each of those crate icons, you're going to get one phone. So you've got 2 crate icons. And then for each cell covered up, you're going to get one phone. And you've covered 2 cells. 2 cells are on the lower layer being covered by 2 cells on the top layer. So you're producing, with this random arrangement, you're going to be producing 4 phones to sell for that round.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got crate symbols and overlap that produce phones.
May I ask
a
question? When you have the minus money symbol and you mentioned that that's reducing the price for the entire round, is that reducing the price on all 4 of those manufactured phones for that round?
Correct.
Okay.
So right now, with our little office on the 5 spot, that's saying every phone that we manufacture this round right now is going to start at a value of 5. Each phone I produce costs 5 money to customers when I sell it for points.
Gotcha. So you're not just producing the one at a discount in this arrangement. Everything that you're producing is being impacted by the discount in your programming board.
Correct. Okay. Correct. You could think of the rounds as years, kind of. So you're like, okay, for this year, I'm making a bunch of phones, but they're cheaper, or I'm making less phones and they're more expensive. Okay. But yeah, you're setting the value for all your phones at once.
Okay.
So the little crate symbols are going to get you extra phones. The money down symbol, which is inside crates, is going to bring your price down, while the money up symbol, which is by itself and doesn't produce a phone on its own, is going to increase the value, the cost of your phones. You're going to be able to sell them for more money to customers. Now, the trick is you don't want to make your phones too expensive because then people won't buy them. But you're going to want to find that balance in who you're selling to, which we'll go over as we get to the selling phase here. So next little symbol is very simple, this little orange factory symbol. As long as you have that symbol showing in your arrangement of pads, when we go to reveal, as long as that symbol is visible on your board, you're going to get to select one of the 5 available upgrades, the factory upgrades on the far right-hand side of the board.
All right.
They'll do awesome things. We'll cover how they work in a bit. But if you don't have that symbol showing, you're going to get a little consolation prize, which is one of those small square tokens off to the side there.
So instead of a 2x1 of upgrades, you get a 1x1 of upgrades.
You're going to get a little 1x1, except it doesn't have any tricky upgrade options for you to use. It's just going to sit off to the side of the board and get you 1 extra phone every round.
Oh, well, that's nice.
You notice on the back of the 2x1s, they've got the same symbol. When you get an upgrade, every round you'll have a choice if you want to use it as the upgrade itself or keep it off to the side and just have it be giving you 1 passive phone every round. So our factories are always going to get a little better over time, no matter what. It's just a matter of whether or not we want to specialize in something or just get better at making phones. So we've got those little factory upgrades. Next is the little purple gear symbol. These gear symbols, for each one of those gear symbols you've got showing visible on your pads when you reveal, you're going to get to take one of the progress tokens, those little staircases, and you're going to get to invest it at the bottom of the board in learning new technology, unlocking these sweet upgrades for your phones at the bottom. We'll cover exactly how those work and how spending in them works as we get to it. But for every purple symbol you're showing, you're saying, I'm going to get 1 point of investing into new technology for my phones. Very, very similarly, the blue truck symbol is freight. you're going to use the exact same system. You're going to use those same little progress tokens. But instead of investing them in technology to upgrade your phones down at the bottom of the board, you're going to be investing them in moving offices, gaining new locations to sell phones into new regions. So you'll see in the new regions, there's a little square sort of bucket space where these spaces can go. And you're saying by placing some progress tokens there, I'm investing over time in setting up a new office in that region.
All right.
So those are all the symbols on the pad. And you'll notice each one sort of corresponds with a different phase of the 8 phases here on the board, up until 6, where we do the freight. And then after that is when we're going to sell our phones and then get points and then clean up and do another round.
Okay.
So I think the best way to do this is to jump in.
Woo!
And so we're going to go behind our screens and we're going to arrange our pads.
I have
You
one
guys,
more question about the board. I think we've covered most of everything. I don't know, did we discuss these 4 icons in the top left corner?
those 4 icons are a little reminder about what gets cleaned up at the end of a phase.
Okay. Sounds good.
And the last piece we didn't cover is how these sweet little, and I just lost my personal one, like a dingus, how these sweet little upgrade tokens work, these guys.
Okay.
So we each start with 1. We're going to get more throughout the game from that orange icon over there. These guys, you're going to get to choose if you want to use them. You can use up to 2 every round. If you don't want to use them or can't use because you've got a bunch of extra ones, they sit off to the side as just a little +1 factory. These guys can be used to replace cells on your board. Don't think of them like overlapping cells, the way that we're doing with the 2 different pads, the way that you get extra phones by overlapping.
Yeah.
These aren't overlapping. Think of them like they're on the exact same layer. They're just changing what the cells say.
Okay.
Can I use that upgrade to on both boards, or must the upgrades be on one board before overlapping my programming?
You can absolutely go across 2 boards and you can get really funky with it, because you can, for example, put it on one board and then if you wanted, overlap that section.
Gotcha.
Oh, so you'd like potentially cover up the upgrade that you used on it.
And if you've got multiple, you can get extra weird from there.
Ah.
But you can only use 2, and they have to be sitting squarely on your board. They can't be hanging off.
Okay.
However, one of my favorite upgrades to the game is a little exception to that rule. The 4G science, and we'll cover this when we get to technology when we get there. But these let you hang one off every round to give you an extra little cell space.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is just fun and funky, and they're brilliant.
Thank you. Are all of the programming boards the same?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You'll have the exact same set. The only differences are where we start on the board, our little bit of difference in starting victory points, and which of these extra starting upgrades we have.
Okay. I like
So,
it.
for this first round, I don't want you guys to get too bogged down with the strategy because we haven't seen how everything works. I'm going to say, basically, put your pads in mostly a random arrangement, whatever you feel is right based on what you know so far. And the one guidance I'm going to give you is don't increase your price yet this first round.
Walter, don't tell me I live my life. I'm increasing my price.
All right, that's fair. I don't want to tell you how to live. And we'll cover it more. If you look at the region where you're starting, on the bottom portion of your little area, there are small squares that start. There are some red squares with numbers in them, and then there are some purple squares.
Yes.
These guys are the customers available to you in that region. You'll be selling phones to those guys. Think of them like they're in line at the store. And you'll be selling phones 1 cube at a time to people in your little region, and then later the game to all other regions.
Matt,
So,
could
for
you
example-
bring me to South America?
Yeah, so I was going to say, for example, down where
that's
South
fine.
America is, we've got those 3 technology spaces on the bottom. So it looks like the customers here want the navigation, they want games, and they want better battery life.
Exactly. So you've got sort of 2 sets of customers in each region. The guys in red, they are on a budget. They're
Show the
standing in line with some cash in their hand, and that's all they have to spend. So you can think of the number in the red box as that customer's budget, the amount of money in their wallet.
Okay.
They're willing to spend up to that much money on one of your phones. So looking at North America right here in the middle, I've got someone in line who's got $3 and someone in line with $6.
That's North
If my
Africa.
phone, what's up?
I was teasing you. You said
Yeah,
North
yeah.
America. I was like, that's North Africa. Okay, so you've got somebody
North
with $3, you've got somebody with $6, but then you also have people that are prioritizing Wi-Fi, battery life, NFC, and 4G.
So those guys, think of them like they've got credit cards. They do not care how much my phones cost. They will spend any amount of money every round as long as my phones have the technology that they're looking for. Each individual customer cares about a different kind of tech. So that third guy in the North Africa row, he'll buy my phone no matter what cost I put it at, as long as I've unlocked Wi-Fi down at the bottom in the little technologies.
But if you're above $6 for your phone, then you're not going to sell to any of those red customers, only to your tech customers.
Exactly. So if my phones cost $5, which they do in the beginning, I can't sell to that first guy because he'll only buy phones that cost $3 or less. I can sell to that other guy because he'll buy up to $6 in phones. Now, he's not going to give me all $6 if my phones only cost $5. He's going to give me $5. So I've kind of got that choice to make about how tight a margin do I want, because when we start to sell in the same region, people with lower prices are going to go first. As someone mentioned in the comment section over there, turn order is set by price. So phones that cost really cheap are going to get to sell before. And so you can easily get undercut and blocked out of a market by overpricing your phones.
When you are selling your phones, are you selling your phones to customers left to right? So I have customers in North Africa. One is going to offer me $3. One is going to offer me $6. If I only have one phone to sell, must I sell it to the $3 customer?
Your price is your price for your phone.
Right.
So the price is set over here. You're not selling it to him for a discounted rate.
Right. No, I understand. But what Walter said was this guy's only going to give me $3.
Right. So if your phone's $5, he won't buy it. If your
Right,
phone's
but-
$3,
so
he
can
buys it.
Yeah, then the next.
Then
person.
if you had
So
two of those phones for
right.
$3, then the next guy, even though he says he will buy up to $6, is only paying $3 for your phone because that's market value for it.
Gotcha. Can't sell my $6 guy 2 phones?
No, one phone per customer every round. Now you
But-
can sell to him over and over again throughout the rounds, but only one phone per customer per round. And that's why when we're in the same region, the competition starts to get really tense, because people who sell first, well, once I bought my phone, I'm out of here, and then that customer can't just.
Okay.
So they try and undercut the market then for the expensive
Exactly.
guys. Cool. All right, I got my board set up.
I got my board set up.
So yeah, let's take a quick shot at this.
Walter, do you have your board set up?
Are you,
Are you going to be merciful on us because you've got some experience with this?
I am horrible at this game, so yes.
don't peek around my board. You go stay over
We
there.
got a peeking old Matt over here, huh?
It was Joshua. He was all like crane necking on behind my security, my corporate espionage
Use your
field.
screen better.
Roll better.
All right.
Thanks, Andy.
And
Do
you
your
ready?
research outside.
You pay people for market research. Go away.
All right.
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So now we reveal Walter.
Yes. First thing we're gonna do is reveal.
Nobody can see your thing. Why are you
Because
being all Vanna White?
I'm flourishing.
You're definitely flourishing.
Okay, so we're gonna go around. Everyone can see. It's gonna be a little tricky to see my board, so I'll just hold them up to the camera whenever it's relevant.
We have another set of player boards here. If you want to tell us how you've arranged them.
That sounds more complicated than this, if this works for you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works for us.
So we just did phase 1, which was planning. And now we're going to slide over on that little track for phases into phase 2, which is price setting.
Okay.
So we're going to go around and we're going to look at everyone's board and we're going to see how their price adjusted. So I assume that's from left to right here, Matt and Josh.
That's
Yep.
correct.
Okay, perfect. So Matt, you didn't have any price adjustment. You kept your price the same, so we're going to stay at 5.
We value steadiness
And-
here at Redberry.
right. Consistency.
Yeah.
And you went up 1 and down 1, it looks like, so you're going to stay the same.
Yes.
And Josh went up 1, so Josh's, and I stayed the same as well. So Josh's marker is going to go up on the track, bang, right there. So since several people tied on score, that little track, that number 5 track, is going to change where we are in victory points. So that little starting difference in victory points on the little red board,
Yeah.
whoever's the lowest is going to go first. So we'll rearrange the track to match, and I think that puts green first. I can't really see the board here, but I think green is
How
the
many
lowest.
points? Green is the lowest. How many points is it adding to the track?
Yeah, adding points. It's the turn order, so put green in the front
So
of the
Yep.
buy price.
Oh,
Of the
oh,
Right,
oh.
So green, blue, black, and then red.
Well, red's gonna go
Lowest to
before-
highest, so it doesn't matter where black is because they're by themselves.
Yeah.
So it's turn order on the
Right,
5 track.
exactly.
Okay, well, this makes
So
my
it'll
life
go
happy, so
green,
that's
blue.
just where it's going to go.
Green, blue, red, black, exactly like you got it. It's perfect.
Okay.
Okay, so we just set our price for this round, and now we're going to slide the phase marker over to phase 3, which is about producing goods.
Okay.
So we're going around. Matt, it looks like you've got 2 showing and 2 covered. Is that correct?
That's correct.
So you're getting 4 phones.
All right. So our upside down upgrade that we start with, that does not produce one for us?
It does. If you didn't use it on your boards, it's going to give you 1 bonus. It looks
Okay.
like everyone else used theirs. So Matt, you're actually getting 5 phones this round.
Yay. So I get to swipe those over into my section
Yep.
of my cool.
You right swiping or left swiping?
Left swiping.
This is the biggest question. And it looks like you're producing 3 because you've got 2 showing and 1 covered.
1, 2, yes.
So you're getting 3 phones to sell this round, and it looks like Josh, you're producing 4.
Yep.
You've got 4 phones to sell this round, and I am just producing 3 as well, like Ann. So I've got 3 to sell over here on mine, 2 showing and 1 covered.
Gotcha.
So now we're sliding over to the upgrade phase.
All right.
So following turn order, so starting with green, then blue, then red, then black, everyone gets to take one of these upgrades. I'm going to take the top upgrade, because I'm a jerk, and it's definitely the best one there.
That's for
All right.
And they don't replenish until the end of a round, but they will all replenish. So even if we didn't take some, they're all going to go away, and a whole new set of 5 are going to come out.
Okay.
So blue.
So now it would be blue's choice, blue player.
I think I would like the produce and dollar. Wait, what was the purple again? The purple
new,
card?
Purple is
new
going to get you
technology.
more technology, so you can upgrade your phones, and that's going to do a couple things for you. Technology is really key, and we'll sort of understand a lot more in the end of this round here.
Okay, I want the technology one. Yes, please. Thank you.
Matthew.
All right. Give me the logistics one on the bottom. Yeah, thank you.
I feel like
I will take. I'm just gonna make more phones.
I feel like I did not do my board how I probably should have.
Yeah, I'm starting to
So-
see what I should have been doing.
Yeah,
So it's starting
yeah.
to clear up a little bit.
There will be 0 shaming at the end of this game.
That's
The
a lie.
Smartphone really becomes clear at the end of round 1, and round 2, 3, and then every subsequent round from there, you're like, oh, I got it. You might think you got it, and in reality, it's there's a lot, but it all sort of comes together at the end of one play round here.
Okay.
So we just did upgrades, and now we're going to do technology.
Yeah.
So we'll slide that marker over to number 5. For every purple icon you've got showing, so I've got 4, Matt's got 3, Ann's got 1, and Josh has got 3 there, you're going to take one of your staircases. So, ding, ding, ding. I've got 4 of them. And you can allocate them as you want across the technologies at the bottom. You could put them all in one space. You could spread them out however you feel. You are trying to reach the number in the little white circle of the square token. That is the amount over multiple rounds of these little progress tokens that it requires for you to unlock that technology for your phone.
All right.
If you're the first one to reach that number, you're going to take the little square token out, and it's going to be yours. That's the patent. So if I got this one, I'm saying, hey, I invented games in this world, in this playthrough, in this reality. I invented phone games. I'm going to take the patent. It's worth whatever is in the little red square in victory points at the end of the game. So this one is worth 8 extra victory points to me.
Is this what
I'm
we're
gonna take
actually
that.
doing?
Say again, Ann?
Is this what you're actually doing?
Yep.
Okay.
So I'm going to put all 4 of mine
They go in this little
And
waiting bucket?
they go in the little bucket, and as soon as the number of tokens reaches the number in the white circle, so what's shown there, if I have 4 and I'm reaching 4, I'm going to take my little staircases, my progress tokens away, and I'm going to place an office in one of those 5 smaller squares right underneath there, saying, hey, I reached the goal, and now this office in that space is signifying I have this technology for the rest of the game.
Cool.
Because I was the first person, I'm going to take the patent for it, and this sits off to the side. I'm not going to get the victory points until the end of the game, but it's going to be worth 8 victory points at the end of the game for me. The rest of them are worth variable amounts. And you'll notice now underneath the patent, there is a number 1 smaller in the white circle than what was in the patent. Because I invented phone gaming in this reality, you guys can rip me off, and you guys can also have it on your phones for 1 cheaper. So I get the patent, but you guys can copy me and do it cheaper later on. And that's true of all of them. When you unlock a technology, like I just did, you're going to have 2 things happen. 1, you're going to get a passive ability for the rest of the game that's going to make it easier for you to kick butt. But you're also, and more importantly, unlocking new customers to sell to. People who want your new technology on their phones.
Perfect.
Let's run through and look at what powers we have set up for this game. And these are variable setup. We've unlocked a bunch more of these in the Kickstarter, and in the base game as it is, you already have an A, B side with whatever. We selected ones I really like for this game. So starting at the end there, for Wi-Fi.
Oh, I'm starting on the other end. Sorry, Walter.
Oh, sorry. Yep, my bad. GPS. So for each phone that you produce that has the negative money sign, you're going to get an extra phone. So you're basically saying these spots are worth double this game for me.
That's
cool.
Forever. So I'm sorry. How do you
Really
get to use those upgrades again?
What was that?
How do you get to use those upgrades again?
So once the number of these little progress tokens that you've put in the little bucket space over time reaches the number in the white circle, the goal number, you're going to replace those little progress markers with an off, and that's signifying, hey, I reached the goal, and I've got this technology for the rest of the game.
And you get the bonus as well.
And you get the bonus, exactly.
Okay.
And so in the top left of each of those tokens, there's a square with a number in it in the top left.
Correct.
This
so
one is
that's a little
3?
reminder.
That's a 3 there.
Yeah, that black 3. That's a little reminder telling you what phase that token gets used in.
Oh, that's neat.
So this, the one that makes your minus money phone spaces worth double, gets used in phase 3, the production phase.
Okay.
Versus the next one over we'll look at for Wi-Fi.
All right. So then Wi-Fi is coming in here. That's place a second office once per round.
So that one gets used in phase 6, which is logistics, the trucking. And it's saying place a second office once per round on a place where you already have an office, where you're going to build a new one, essentially. So if I move from North Africa, if I move into the Emirates, instead of just placing one office there, I can place 2 offices. We'll kind of get into what that means in a bit, but essentially I'm limiting the number of people who can sell there, and I'm increasing the competition, I'm increasing the bonus points for selling there. And we'll cover that in a second.
Okay.
So this one, Wi-Fi makes you better at logistics and spreading around here. Gaming, which is the one I just took, is one of my favorites. This side of it is the -1 cost to any of the other technologies.
Ooh.
It makes them all the other ones a little bit cheaper to get.
That's neat. I see why you went for that one first.
Really good. Battery, extra battery life, another one of my favorites. It's also used in phase 6, the logistics phase. This one, for every cost up icon you do, you get an extra logistics. You get to move more for having more expensive phones. And this is kind of a necessary one to balance out the really expensive high-tech phone sort of path in the game, as opposed to, cheaper phones where you're spreading out everywhere. This one sort of helps you balance that. The next one I find hilarious for NFC. It's also used in logistics phase, and it says you may sell up 3 of your goods, your phones, without placing in a specific region. So basically, the way I like to think of this is you're selling 3 phones to a black market buyer, essentially. You're taking 3, and instead of selling them to an individual customer, you're just like, I sold these 3. to
Oh,
someone.
that's
Don't
awesome.
worry about it. I
That sounds like
Um,
terrible, terrible
So
accounting.
you get whatever you set your market value at for these phones. Now, the trick with this one is that it happens in phase 6 before everyone else sells their phones. And you'd think that that's a big advantage, but actually, it's a really tricky decision to make because you want to dominate a region. You want to have the most phones sold in a specific area. Not only will it block other people, but it'll get you a little bonus. You've got to make that decision to offboard 3 phones before people start placing. And so it's easy money, but it's not necessarily the best money, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Okay. So then for
And the last one, also hilarious, is used in the planning phase when you're figuring out how you want to use your upgrades. And this lets you have one of the 2 upgrades that you're going to use hanging off the side. So you get an extra space on your path.
neat.
Okay, so those are the upgrades for this round. Variable setup, we could have a totally different set of them in another round. And I went, because I've got first in turnover here, I went and I took the patent for gaming, but now the rest of you guys can get gaming for 3 progress tokens if that's what you want.
All right.
Okay.
So turn order wise, Anne's up next. You've got one of those upgrade things.
Yeah, I made a poor life choice.
It's okay. You've got the dumb phones.
Okay. That's going to go in the gaming box.
Walter, what was the game that you invented?
Angry Birds.
What?
What was the
Snake.
game that you invented in this smartphone world?
Oh, it's the app version of Barbarian Battleground.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put it in the games as well, just because I want that. So I would get that ability then for the -1 cost for future upgrades, correct, Walter?
Correct.
All right.
Correct. And so if you had, let's say you had 4 this round, Matt,
Yeah.
you could put your first 3 into gaming, unlock the gaming upgrade, and then the next one that you have to place could be used to unlock something that costs 2 because you're all have the minus value
Gotcha.
now.
Because it
The
takes
rest
effect
is
immediately.
within the same round. Exactly.
Okay.
Where are you?
I'm invented Wi-Fi.
All right, so the Wi-Fi is going to give you cheaper offices, and now Wi-Fi only costs 2. So that's what Walter was saying. If I had had an extra one and I placed it there, that would have allowed me to essentially get Wi-Fi now that Josh had bought it.
Well, wait, did we lose the patent token on Wi-Fi?
Yeah,
Yes.
but it was
Oh,
at
right,
Josh's
'cause you're-
turn.
yeah.
Right, so
Okay,
Walter,
perfect.
if someone on a later turn, after your turn, buys that patent token and the cost reduces, do you immediately get the upgrade then?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's weird.
You invested all that money
Real-
in it, and then,
Real tricky.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so we've got our upgrades. Walter and I are in the gaming business together. I made a Chinese market version of Barbarian Battlegrounds app for the phone.
Okay.
So it was a little cheaper. Obviously, I don't have the patent on it.
Makes
Sure.
sense.
Okay, so we just did that, and now we're doing logistics.
Yes.
So I only have 1 to place out, and I'm going to place it on the bucket space right above me here in the Emirates.
Those are the... Wait, which... These are the loading icons, right?
Yep.
Okay. No, that's mine. Just kidding.
All right, so again, how many of these do you need in order to take over the spot? It's indicated by the little truck next to you.
The little truck number, exactly. So I only have 1. I'm working towards it, and on another round I can drop 1 more there, and I'll set up an office.
Your locations must be connected by the black lines.
Exactly. So you can only go to new spots if you're following those black lines. And now note, for people on the edges like South America and CIS, the board does wrap around. Sorry, flat earthers, the earth is round. You can jump that way.
But Walter, the board's flat.
You gotta spread it around the globe.
Where are you going?
I'm going to expand.
You're not going anywhere because it's not your turn.
Well, it doesn't really matter.
It does. Stop.
So
Wait
while we're
your
here,
turn.
let's cover these retailers real quick.
Okay.
These guys that are blocking up certain spaces. In those regions that have retailers, you're not worried about selling to customers. There's no one to sell to over there at this game. Instead, you're just trying to set up an office there. It costs the same number of points to set up an office. The first person to set up an office in that region will go on the first slot on the little black rectangular. That's saying at the end of the game, I'm going to get however many victory points printed in that little red square associated with it. So if I'm the first person to set up an office in India this game, at the end of the game here, I'm going to get 13 victory points. The next person's going to get 10, next person 8, next person 6 for this particular variable setup.
So Walter, since I
and-
got the Wi-Fi upgrade, I could put 2 offices in there on 1 turn.
And that's everywhere else except for these.
Okay.
These, you'll note, have a little thing saying no to office.
Okay.
No to office.
But perhaps most importantly for that particular one, when you set up an office there, you also get an instant bonus. In this case, it's 1 extra progress to spend towards any technology you want.
That's nice.
On the other one we have set up for Canada, it's just 1 extra phone right now for that round. That one's less valuable, but would still be big.
Okay. All right.
So where are you going?
There are a bunch of different ones of these, and they get set up differently depending on who we got in the game. So it's funky.
Where are you going, Ann?
So I have 4.
Oh, you ate all the logistics.
I'm gonna go to the United
You
States.
can't go to the United States.
Why?
Oh, you are. I didn't say the other line.
I'm sorry. Why?
Nothing.
Cause you're wrong.
Guess I'm wrong.
Cool. So now that I have my 4 logistics, do I place an office in the United States?
Yep, because the number of tokens you put match the number in that little truck, you're going to take those back, and you're going to drop an office in the first slot of the United States.
What is the significant? Are those victory points? What's the significance of the red number next to the office spots?
Yeah, let's cover those now. So at the next round, we're going to sell our phones. The following, our phase, I should say, the next phase, we're going to sell our phones. The following phase, we're going to collect our points for the phones that we sold. Those little red boxes next to where your office is are bonuses for whoever sold the most phones in that region. And they feel small, but they're very important. They're not inconsequential at all. However many offices are set up in a region are going to increase total number of points that are available in the bonus. So that's saying, like, because competition is fiercer in this area, the rewards are higher. So in USA right there, and let's say I came in there and put another office in the spot next to you. Now, whoever sells the most phones in that region is going to get the 4.
Instead of the 3, because it's the last one. It's the last spot with an office.
Correct.
Okay.
The next one over, which has a 5 and a 2.
Yeah.
Whoever sells the most in that region gets 5, and whoever sells the second most gets 2.
Oh, that's a second place one, the small box.
Yep. And if there's a tie, we combine and then split.
Okay.
Put me in China, please.
You may go to China.
All the red states.
The RSA.
The what?
South Africa.
Ah.
Okay.
The Republic of South Africa, I
Yeah.
believe it is.
Probably.
That's correct.
Would be my guess.
Cool. So,
Okay,
we've
so
done
we
our
did our
logistics.
logistics, and now we sell our phones. So we're sliding this little marker over to the selling phase. Because I'm first in turn order, I start first. I'm looking and I see my phones cost 5. I'm going down my little customer track and I'm like, oh, can't sell to the first guy. He only buys for 3. Second guy will buy for 5, so I can sell a phone to him. So I'm going to take one of my black markers, green markers, and I put it on the number 6 space here. I'm saying, bang, I've sold a phone to him. These other guys have some wonderful technology that they want. I only have games on my dumb phones, so I can't sell to any of those guys. So this round, I, the loser, was only able to sell 1 phone.
So now does your tray with your pending phones clear out?
Wasted. The other 2 phones I made are gone.
Okay.
There is, hilariously, in a different setup, an upgrade that lets you keep those phones between rounds. And it drastically changes the game. It's awesome. It's a totally different experience. I love the different technologies. I'm playing with these because they're the easiest to get a full picture of how the game really feels.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Okay, so then I go next.
Sure do.
And I'm in both South America
And U.S.
and the United States. My phones are selling for 5. I do happen to have customers.
You have 3 customers that'll buy phones for $5 and up.
I do. And I don't have any technologies, but I have 3 phones, so then I will sell all 3 of my phones.
And you've got a lower scrap cost than Walter.
And getting paid.
So your phones are $5 a piece too, so you're going to get 15?
So is that on this board?
So Walter, we're live updating the scores on this red board off to the side?
We're going to indicate the scores on the red board, but we're going to wait until everyone's placed out their phones, and then we're going to do the scores in the final phase here.
Fair enough. So I'm just in the CIS right now. My phones are $5 a pop, so I can sell to those 2 folks with the 5 and the 7. I also have the games upgrade, which
Yeah.
is going to allow me to sell one more phone over to my game homies. So I do have 2 scrap phones that are going to be thrown away because I can't do anything else, but I'm going to get $15 as well.
Okay.
Hi, boy. And Josh?
I got a 6 phone, and my phones are $6, so he's cool. And I got a Wi-Fi person, so I'm gonna sell my Wi-Fi phone.
So you're going to get 12 points for
Very,
that.
very
I'm
nice.
gonna get 12 points.
All right, so now we update the score, Walter?
So now we're in the final phase here where we basically turn our phone sold into money.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go around in turn order here. I sold just a single phone for $5, so I'm getting 5 points. And I sold the most phones, the only phones in North Africa, so I'm getting a bonus 2, so I'm getting 7 points, which for anyone keeping score at home is really bad.
All right, so Anne, you got 15 points from your phones, so
Yes.
you were at 4. That's going to bring you to 19. You sold the most phones in the USA, so you're going to get 3 points there.
Yes.
1, 2, 3. You also sold the most phones in South America, so you're going to get 2 more points for that.
Yes.
So you're up to 24.
Yes. Hang on.
Cool. So for me, I sold 15 points of phones. Jeez. So I had 7. What's 17?
22.
22. Okay, I believe you. So 22 for that. I've also sold the most phones in China, which is going to give me, or I'm sorry, Russia, which is going to give me 2 points. So Anne and I are sitting pretty together.
We're very patriotic with our red and blue.
Yeah.
I sold 2 phones for $12.
Back
So
to 10.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. So $12.
17.
So you're going to be at 17.
And I get 2 points for Australia.
So 19 for you, Josh. But Josh set himself up for next round then too with his big dollar phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About
Of
that.
dollar phones. Okay, so we all sold and we got our points. And now over to the top right of the board is a little reminder about how cleanup works. So first, we're all going to take back the phones we sold and the phones we didn't sell, and they're going to go back into our empty little, or excuse me, our pool.
Okay.
All of the upgrades that are out are going to go away. They're all gone, and we're going to get 5 new ones.
Okay.
All the logistics this round. All right.
And then all of our prices reset back to 5 on the little track.
Oh, they reset to 5 after every round?
You set
Yeah.
aside every round, so you can make this choice fresh about whether or not you want to have expensive phones or cheap phones for that. We'll say it's a year.
Really
essentially.
swingy with our phone prices.
Yeah.
This year they're $700. Next year they're $2.
Going on sale.
Massive
and
clearance.
so then when our pads reset as well, and we're going to be in a new round. Excuse me, we're in round 2.
I know you can't
And
see
we
it,
all
but
have-
I did move the round tracker up from 1 to 2 behind your
Thank
face.
you. And so we all have now 2 of these upgrade tokens we can use, and we're time to plan again.
Cool. Okay.
Okay, so I need. Oh, I like this little pad thingy.
And
It's really clever, and by I think the next couple rounds you're gonna feel the brain burningness of it a little bit. It's because the tricky part is you can do what you want to do. If there's a thing you want to do, you can definitely make it work on these pads, and it's that knowledge that will haunt you for the rest of the night.
all right, so I guess I could do that. And then, oh yeah, I see where the thinkiness comes in with this now.
Whew.
Oh man. Okay.
That's
Especially once you get 2 upgrades, because remember you can overlap your upgrades. You can put upgrades over or under the board. You can get crazy.
okay.
Niobari says, Alexa, please play the Jeopardy theme. It's very appropriate for this.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think I'm okay here.
Oh, I'm supposed to have this. Here, just don't look at me.
I wasn't. Don't worry.
I know you weren't, and then I was thinking, and I was like, oh, I'm sitting over here just showing everybody the goods. I don't like...
Oh.
I'm ready whenever you guys are ready.
I just
I'm
realized.
also ready.
Darn.
I think this is what
Certainly
I
the
wanna
most
do.
AP part of the game, but everyone's doing it at the same time, so it's not as bad.
It's true. Because if this wasn't simultaneous, this game would belong in the garbage. But because it is simultaneous, it's one of my favorite games of all time. It's really such a swing just with that little choice.
It doesn't really change anything that I was just doing.
I do think that in the hardcore mode there should be a little sand timer though. I guess sand timer wouldn't be appropriate for the theme. It should be a little smartphone app that you
Counts down.
count down for everybody.
Okay, I think that I am happy with my choice.
Are you though?
No.
Dum, 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 dum.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, I wish I could get one more out of that.
I know it's awful because you know you can get what you want. There's definitely a way to make it work.
Yeah. All right. I'm good.
I already put my board on the table.
Yeah, look at that, you did. Spoiling it for everyone.
Yeah, I did spoil it. I mean, it's kind of hiding behind chat, so chat's hiding what I'm doing.
Sure.
Pretty good.
A little bit.
I don't want to do that.
So, Walter, does the turn order change round to round?
Correct, because we can set our prices to any arrangement, right? So, and now the victory points are in a different thing as well because you guys moved up in a different order. So if we all end up in the same money, again, it'll be who's in the lowest victory point. But theoretically, we'll all jump to different monies throughout the game, different prices, I mean.
So, if you're tied, what's the tiebreaker for selecting turn order again?
The lowest victory points will go first. Lowest current victory points on the victory point track.
What if those are tied too?
In the rare scenario that you're tied in both price and victory points, there is almost definitely a rule. But for this stream, in that scenario, we're going to have chat roll for it, I think.
I like it. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
There's definitely a rule in the box, though. I'm just too dumb. All right.
Ta-da! Oh, it fell apart.
Yeah,
Okay. So there we go. That's what I'm doing.
Matthew, I will admit, I appreciated the little flourish.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. That's not what I was doing. I was doing that.
Are you
Turn
cheating?
order stays in the same order as previously stated.
You can't use
Sure.
both of them.
Yeah, you can.
Turn order is always going to
two-
change
Oh, you
based
can
on
use two
current
upgrades?
price and victory points.
If you don't use it, it's just a +1 inventory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. All right. So I'm just using mine for production here. So we'll start with Walter.
For the tiebreaker. Okay, good to know. So Nayambari says for the tiebreaker, it just stays in whatever it is right now,
Okay.
which makes sense.
So Walter, you're well. We're going to the money phase next. So
So
any.
we're doing price adjustments first. So I went up 1 in price.
All right. So
Like money.
I stayed stagnant with price again.
My price went down.
All right. And Josh,
I doubled down on price.
that's
What?
interesting.
Walmart Josh over here.
Sam Walton would be proud.
All right. So this makes life easy when determining turn order here, because well, we all have a different
Very
dollar amount.
Oh, that looks so nice and pretty how it goes down in a little row.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're on phase 3 here, and we're producing phones.
So going in turn
So-
order, Josh, how many
I
phones?
produced 5 phones.
Wow, that's a lot.
All right. Then Anne.
I produced 3 phones. 4 phones, I'm sorry. 3 from here and 1 from my overlap. 1, 2,
Nice.
3, 4.
All right, Walter.
4 phones, 3 overlapping, and 1 little symbol.
Walter,
Okay.
if you didn't have any inventory signs, do you still get phones for your overlap?
Yes.
Yes, regardless of what the symbols show, if you've got something overlap, it's worth a phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to get 4 also because I've got 1 overlap, 2 symbols, and then my base upgrade.
Okay. So the next one is that one, the upgrade.
The upgrades. So going around starting with Josh.
I want some shipping.
No, that's technology.
Oh, the upgrade. Sorry.
You and Josh, point. I know.
And you're next.
I'm with it. I would please like the logistics.
Josh, what did you take?
Logistics.
Getting to it.
Oh, you said technology.
No, I said double. I wanted logistics. Oh.
I don't
Okay.
think that's what you said.
I
but
said
okay.
the trucks. I think I said trucks.
It sounds about right. Josh wants the ones that go beep beep.
Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom. Matthew.
Give me the double production, please.
Double production.
Yeah.
Walter, your option is
I'm actually just getting a little consolation prize,
Oh.
little dinky
so
guy,
he gets one of these.
because I did not have that showing.
All right. Cool.
He's got all icons and no empty spaces.
Yeah, he's played this before.
I'm super jelly, Walter.
That's efficiency right there.
Yeah, man.
We'll see if it pays off. I'm really not sure.
Bold move, Cotton. Okay, so now we're going to move into the technology phase.
So, Josh, you got a bunch of tech over
I
there.
got 4 tech.
Wow.
What are you going to do with that tech? What you going to do with all that tech?
I think I'm just.
I'm just going to stand here like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
forever.
you're just gonna stand there forever. Now I'm debating if I want to go and get the phone upgrade, or if I should just go get the game upgrade,
Now I
which
do
doesn't help me.
want the waiting app.
I'm gonna go get the battery upgrade.
Because you spent the 4, so now you're going to
Yep.
get the patent as well.
Yep.
Which is 8 victory points at the end, and it reduces the technology cost for the rest of us from 4 to 3.
They all go down one when someone's made the patent.
It's my turn now. I have 3 technology. I'm going to put another 2 on the gaming, which will finally give me my city there.
Then you have 1 left.
Yes, I do. I have 1 left, and because now I have the reduced gaming cost,
Yep.
I'm going to do the Wi-Fi, which will cost me 1, and then I'll be able to put a city on the Wi-Fi. I call it a city. It's not. It's a building. It's a city now. It's just a whole
It's
city.
an office,
It's.
technically.
I have like a whole campus. It's like
Oh.
Googleville.
But
You
yeah,
build
with
the
like
city
the
on
Facebook campus, it's
all
like
the
a
cell phones?
city in an office in a building. So.
Matthew, where will you be going?
Hi. I'm going to place 1 on the Wi-Fi, but because I've got the cheaper upgrades from the games, that's going to just give me one of my buildings there.
You still have 1 left.
I sure do. So I'm going to put another one over on the NFC upgrade.
There you go. Okay, so that's the end of our technology round, and then that moves us into logistics.
Well,
Oh, Walter.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot Walter. Well, I just wanted to skip over yours because you got gaming last time.
yeah, I get it. So I'm gonna put 4, 5, only 4 because I've got gaming, so it costs 1 less. I'm gonna put 4 on the NFC chip,
Oh.
So then
which unlocks it,
he'll get the patent for that.
All right.
So
and it becomes a.
actually, I just need a city,
office.
please and thank you.
Oh, that's right. It's cheaper for him.
Yep.
Wait, he put
And
4
then
or
I'll
5?
put 1
4.
on Wi-Fi.
It's
So
only
we'll
cost-
all have Wi-Fi.
It was 5
Yeah,
cost.
It's the mid 2000s now. If you don't have Wi-Fi on your phone, get out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Sorry, what were you asking for? Building?
Building, please.
Apologies.
It was very cute. Okay, so and then you're putting 1 on Wi-Fi.
On Wi-Fi.
Which means
but
he
you're
gets
putting a
it.
building on Wi-Fi.
Putting a building on Wi-Fi.
Okay. That's
So now
still
we all
stands.
got the Weaves.
Cool.
It's a really pretty green. I kind of like this green color.
I know, right? So my copy actually doesn't have the green. just 'cause
No?
I got it's been kicking around for a while. It's gone to a bunch of people. So I have a copy with no green, and it's the prettiest one.
It's
so
like a pretty
that's why I'm
emerald
back.
green. It's not a poopy green.
It's true. Okay, so logistics.
All right, so Josh, you got 1 truck. Vroom, vroom.
I got 1 truck, so I'm gonna go to the RSA, which gives me my 2.
Okay.
But since I have the Wi-Fi upgrade, I get to put 2 offices in. Correct?
Correct.
That's cool.
And so now only one other person this whole game can compete with Josh in that space because there's only one other slot left for an office.
If I
So the
had
next
two more
one there,
logistics,
locked
could I
upgrade.
just knock everyone out and be like, this is mine?
You could. You'd have to pay the cost in moving again.
Yeah, no,
over
no, I'm
time.
just asking. Like, I can own a
Yeah.
zone. Be like, no, this is my place.
That's interesting.
To my knowledge, yes. Someone in chat may correct me if I'm wrong, but to my knowledge, yes.
All right. And what are you doing with your vroom vroom trucks?
If I was going to move over to the RSA, even though I also have that Wi-Fi upgrade, there's only one available spot.
So Nybar is saying max 2 cities in an area, I thought. You can't shut out.
Josh is reviewing the rules. So, Ann, what are you thinking of going into the RSA to compete with Josh?
I was considering it, however, I would lose the benefit of my upgrade.
Well, yeah. That's true.
How badly do I want to compete over there in a place I can only put 4 things?
That's a great question.
I don't think I actually do. China's pretty darn good. We have a couple of nice places over there. Okay, so I have 2 logistics. I am going to go to the Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Oh, I can move from USA.
To Canada.
Yeah, I'm going to Canada.
Correct. You can go from any of your existing offices to the next area.
I'm going to go to Canada, and that will give me 1 additional for this round. Is that what that is?
Or is that every
Yep,
round?
that's one phone now. One
Right
extra phone right now.
Okay.
So it's not that powerful, but it could be, anywhere from 5 to 8 money if you're kicking butt.
So going over the rules, you go into each area once,
Okay.
and you build 1 office,
Okay.
unless you have something that says you can build more than 1 office.
Gotcha.
Thank you for double checking that, Josh.
You're welcome.
5. Yes, okay, I will do that.
So you put 2 offices.
Uh,
Oh, no, not for that one, though.
Right.
Okay.
Well, so I blow it in both.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, I'm going to the Caribbean. I will put that little 1 phone back, and then I'm going to put my second city in the Caribbean. What do you mean you go? So I can't go back into the USA and add more?
Correct.
No, you can't. Yeah, you can't add more buildings. You just have the 1.
Oh.
All right, so...
It's interesting that Walter can't go from North Africa to South Africa. There's no line.
It's a political thing.
Yeah, it's
Oh, that is interesting.
So...
Wait, South. Oh yeah, wow.
There's no
That's
connection.
not- Well, I will go. Is it my turn? Sorry.
It's Matt's turn.
turn.
So I have 3 logistics. I'm going to put them all in China. So I'm going to go ahead and build into China. Here are my 2 offices that go there because I got the Wi-Fi upgrade. Boom, boom. China, y'all.
Seems like you're really digging on that China kid. So I'll put 1 in the Emirates and build an office, except it's secretly 2 offices.
Narbar said the rains haven't been blessed there and are impassable.
So he's putting 1 in Emirates, which makes it into 2 offices.
Yes. There you go. So now he also is left this to where it's only 1 space open in the UAE.
And then I've got 1 more truck progress token to put towards Europe. On a
Europa.
Euro trip.
Interesting.
Very interessante.
Cool.
Muy interessante.
So going into the phone selling phase.
Yeah.
Gotta
So,
sell some phones.
Josh, you're up first.
All right, so my phones are 3,
Yes, sir.
so I can sell.
How many phones do you have?
I have 5 phones.
Okay. So you can make some cash. Some cash.
So I have the Wi-Fi upgrade and the
I
phone
thought
upgrade.
he was going to get up so that he was going to correct it.
There you go.
Walter, do you want to sell to the ocean? No, Barry's reminded us that we forgot to ask you that.
Just chuck them right in there. But no, I'm not going to sell to the ocean.
Okay.
I mean, you're last player, so does it really matter, Walter?
It right now for this particular setup, as long as I have enough phones so I can get the bonuses from the areas I'm in, no, it doesn't really matter. But later, I'm gonna want as many phones as I think I can sell to have out to sell on the map, so that I can get as many bonuses as I can. Even if it's easier to just chuck them into the ocean, it's better to have them out on the board if I think I can sell them. If I can't sell them, then I want to sell as many as I can to pirates or whoever's picking these up for me.
All right, so Anne, you're up next.
Yes. Okay, I have my 4 phones.
All right, your phones are going to be $4 a piece.
So I'm going to choose to sell them the most beneficial places, right? So I would want to sell it to this guy.
You want to turn your microphone on, Josh?
Nope. He was thinking that
You want to sell 1 to each region, so you get the bonus for each region.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At
So
least.
So, I mean, you could easily do that with just the... Nope, you can't put it on that one.
Why?
Because your phone's
Phone's
$4. He
$4.
only wants $3 phones. Put it on
Put
the
it
7.
That's good.
I should have.
And then what technologies do you have?
I have Wi-Fi and.
Well, I mean,
games.
you could just do that. There's no difference in doing that.
Right
versus
now,
doing
because
that.
there's no one else there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're not blocking anyone.
Okay. Those are my 4
We're
phones.
very nice, leaving everyone have their own market share at the moment.
Yeah, right now. Walter is
We've
going to
been
come
very
into my
polite.
space. I know Walter's coming for me.
This is like the risk board. That's what this tells me. Josh has started out in Australia, which is very Josh and risk.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. 100%.
All right, so it's going up to me next. I've got 4 phones.
Mhm.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sell, well, let's just put 2 in the CIS and 1 in China. So the 2 CIS go on the 5 and 7 spot. The 1 in China goes on the 4 spot. I'm sorry, the 5 spot. And I have Wi-Fi and games. So let's just even it out and appease the Chinese market and put 1 on the games in the Chinese market.
Chinese market. Are
There will
they
be
up
some
in
trade
arms?
wars in the next round.
Yeah, so thankfully there's no tariffs, so it doesn't make a difference if I sell to China or CIS
That's
instead.
This is pre-Trump.
Not yet, but I think tariffs are part of one of the scenarios that they've got planned out, which are
nice.
they've got a bunch of fun that are like part of like real world economic problems and stuff like that to
That-
add in as scenarios, which is really smart.
All right, so Walter, what are you doing?
I am selling. I've got 4 phones to sell. I'm going to sell 1 to each of the 6s, 1 in North Africa and 1 in the Emirates, and then 1 to each of the NFC in those 2 regions as well.
Cool.
So are you not selling in Europe?
Because he doesn't
I
have the
don't
office there
have
yet.
an office in
Oh,
Europe yet.
that's right.
I've got a whole team that's just lazy and slacking off in Europe right now.
But he's starting up.
He's just got like 1 construction worker kind of working on the building.
Cool. All right, so now we're actually going to calculate our score here. So moving down the track there and moving up the track. So Josh, you sold
5 phones for 3 each. That's 15.
All right, so you were at 19. 19 plus 15 is
34.
34.
And then I'm going to get an extra 4 points for both my zones.
Okay,
Which ones?
both.
Both.
So Anne, you're up next. You sold 4 phones for $4 a piece. That's 16. So that's going to take you from 24
40.
to an even 40.
Nice.
Then you're going to get bonus points of 3 plus 2 plus 2. So that's another 7. So you're at 47. Because, Walter, only the highest exposed point value is the person that's getting the score, correct? For the areas that
Correct.
you're dominating?
Is the bonus available for that area?
Gotcha. So then up to me, I sold 4 phones at $5 each. So that takes me up to 44. That's 20. Then I'm going to get a bonus of 2 and 4, so that's a bonus of 6. So I'm up to 50.
Ooh, I don't like that.
All right. So then, Walter, you're up last. You sold 4 phones
4
at
phones
$6.
at $6 plus an extra 4 in bonuses, so 28.
That's a good one. So you were at 10, so you're going to be at 38 points now. So you're actually tied with Josh right now.
Lagging behind. I don't want to hear tied with Josh. That's offensive. Tough burn.
All right. So we're restocking our facilities here.
Okay, so we picked up.
So yeah, we clean up.
Did you put my other ones in my bin?
No, I just put them down here.
Oh,
Closer.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Didn't see him.
So you take all your tokens back. All the 5 available upgrades reset.
That is for you. This is for me. My screen goes back.
Our prices reset to 5, and our pads reset. It's time to do the thing again. Round 3.
Cool.
Okay, so we can use 2 upgrades. And if we don't use...
So, Walter, we can use up to 2 upgrades, but does that mean all of the ones that we didn't use still produce 1 good for us?
Correct.
Cool. Oh, that's really good.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
So you're always going to get a little bit better as time goes on, no matter what.
How did Walter get it to where he covered up all his spaces?
He cheated.
You can Sneaky, sneaky.
Think-
I'm ready.
Nobody cares, Joshua. I mean, that's
calm
great,
yourself,
Josh.
Calm yourself, Josh.
And that's really fantastic. I'm really proud of you. What am I doing? I'm definitely not doing that again. That was a terrible idea.
Alright, don't want that. Alright, I'll do this one. That makes some sense here. So, go like
You right over there?
so.
Don't forget you have that.
Oh, that's right. Oh, I can do that.
Oh boy.
Well, now Bart, you have to figure that one out. I have a cool plane here.
Okay, I could do that. Oh, that's unfortunate. Okay. So that means that I can sell. Josh, you could chit chat about what's going through your head right now.
I'm gonna some cool stuff that I don't think anyone's gonna expect. So, which is gonna be fun. Walter, you ready over there?
I'm ready.
Okay. You just throw your boards like in a pile and just be like, yeah, that's cool. Is that what you're doing,
Yeah,
Walter?
you know what I mean. You guys are low hanging fruit for me, so I figure it's gonna be fine no matter what.
Wow, you're a jerk.
It's all right.
Currently-
Only Walter and I are
currently
both
tied with
losing.
Josh, what does that say about me? Sorry, Josh.
And using like all the trucks. Can you put the two
Can
boards side by side?
Hello.
Or you need to have
Corporate
an overlap?
espionage, and you need
need
You
to have-
need to have at least one overlap,
you need to not look at
One
my board.
overlap because
Go.
you cheated.
Oh my God. Go away,
and you
Joshua.
can't like do a bridge with your. You can't like have them next to each other and then put a little upgrade token. as a
That's what
bridge
she's
across.
trying to do.
Classic Anne.
Yeah.
Cheater,
Sounds
cheater,
cool.
pumpkin.
Like, and I already put my board down, like, so I can't change what I'm
Go-
doing.
Yeah, but you're telling
if I see
everybody
it.
what I'm doing. So like Matt,
I'm just telling you that you're cheating.
go away,
That
Joshua.
was it.
Go
I
away,
didn't say
Joshua.
what your strategy was.
Go away, Joshua.
I wasn't talking about all the milk trucks.
He's still not away. He's still here. I don't understand.
I'm not here. Seraphoni saying rigged. So Walter, what's your typical like strategy for coming into smartphone?
So my favorite, and it depends on what technologies are out, but my favorite is like heavy tech and high price early, and you get all those upgrades. You sell just the most valuable phone you can because you're only going to sell a handful of them anyway. So you just make them super valuable in the beginning when people aren't being competitive, when we're not in the same spot, and then do a hard cutoff and go super cheap right in the end and try to undercut the area. And that's sort of just a general strategy that I like, but because the upgrades are always different, I mean, I think typically I see those are the two kind of main branching paths of whether or not you're going to be the Apple or the Walmart. But with the different technologies available and with the different technologies they're unlocking in the Kickstarter, I think we're going to see a lot other branching variations of that from there.
Sounds good.
So Matt, are you trying to be the Walmart or the Apple? Or are you trying to be Amazon?
I'm doing Amazon, consistent pricing, and high production.
But really bad marketing plans and product designs.
100%, yes.
And they, with some of the Kickstarter stuff, they've added in marketing as a thing where like you can, one of the upgrades that you can get is the ability to market to individual customers, and you place a little like token on them saying they're loyal to your brand. So you can like claim customers that won't buy from other people, or at least will prioritize buying from you over other people.
So you claim people.
You claim people, and that's just one of the new things, but it's a hilarious one, I think.
I think I'm okay with this emotionally.
I think I can handle the trauma that's going to come from not being able to sell on my phone.
Okay.
And so far, we've been very polite to each other, but I have a feeling it's going to change.
What makes you say that, Walter?
Oh, well, what have we been doing this for? 4 years now?
Yeah.
Have I
Yeah.
started
I
when you
guess
guys
the
started
phone and
more
the
or less
ocean
than you?
strategy
Yeah.
is the
Because I've
Elon
never been
Musk.
nice.
then.
Don't talk over Walter. That's rude, Josh. All
Okay,
right.
we've revealed.
Oh, Walter didn't reveal.
Ah, good thing. This
All
is a
right.
hard one to hold.
So you got some stuff going on there. So what's everyone's price structure looking like?
I'm going down one.
All right. Walter, how about you?
I'm going up one.
Ooh. And how about you?
Staying at 5, please.
I'm staying at 5 also. Cool. All right, so then moving right along, we're going into phone production. So, Josh, how many phones are you producing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 phones.
5 phones.
Wow.
Cool. And how about you?
Only 2.
All
Oh,
right.
3. I'm sorry, 3.
I'm producing 5 phones also. Oh, okay.
So I've got
You're at 6,
4
Matt.
overlaps plus 1 showing, and then 1 bonus guy off to the side. So 6 phones.
Sorry, why 6 phones,
1,
Josh?
2, 3. 1 for the overlap is 4.
No, it doesn't count when you put the cover over it.
Yes.
Sorry, I
It
thought
does.
you were talking about my board here.
No,
Sorry.
whatever your 2 boards over. What these 2 boards? Not. This doesn't get me more phones, but you have at least 1 overlap.
Oh,
So you're
okay,
at
cool.
6.
That's even better.
Sorry, Walter.
Nope, we're good.
What were you talking about? How many phones did you produce, Walter?
6.
Wow.
4 overlap, 1 showing, plus 1 bonus guy.
Oh, Walter, you and I are the tech giants here.
Nerds.
Cool, so moving on to the upgrades.
Yes.
Josh, what are you getting?
I'm just going +1 inventory because I covered my factory up.
Ooh.
I didn't need any of the fancy stuff.
Anne?
I would like the upgrade and price increase. So there's 2 of them. Doesn't even matter. Give me 1.
You mean the
Purple and red.
engineering one?
This one.
Yeah, tech and money.
Tech and money. Double tech for me, please.
Realized
What?
my strategy's not going to work because I thought I developed games. I did not develop games.
No.
Good. All right, so Walter, did you have any upgrades?
I did, and I'll take the double production guy, second from
Ooh.
the top.
Walter, I feel like you and I have a very similar thing going on right now. I don't like it.
That tends to be the case, and yeah, it's gonna come to blows one day, bud.
Okay. Is that everyone?
Yes.
So now we're at technology.
So, Josh, up first. How many? You have 5 tech? 4 tech.
I have 4 tech. I think I'm going to build some games.
All right, and then you've got 1 left over.
So I'm going to go and start on GPS. I need to find myself.
So weird. Okay, I have 4 technology this run.
I could get you
I'm
NFC.
second place, right?
You can get
Yes.
NFC with that, yeah.
May sell up to. Oh, that's the throw it in the ocean strategy, right?
Correct.
I don't know if I like.
I love that we're calling it that.
You get batteries. You can start going for 4G. You just can't get it yet.
One part of a double can be outside of the board. You know what?
Which one is that? Oh, the 4G.
I like that idea.
Yeah, that one does sound pretty appealing.
But if somebody gets it before me, they're gonna get the patent. But they'll need to pull out. Well, I
Yeah.
get 5 technology.
But then you'll get it right when they get it.
I won't get the patent for it.
You won't get the patent, but you'll get the technology.
But she wants the patent. All right, so you're good, Ann?
Actually, sorry. I'm going to do batteries,
You only need
and
to
I'm
put 2
going.
there.
I know that's why I put 2 there, and I'm going to do GPS.
All right. Thank you for getting me GPS, by the way.
You're welcome. I appreciate the patent. So I'm gonna put a building there, and a building on the ocean.
All right. So, Ann, if you can please put 3 of mine onto the 4G.
Sure. Sure can do. Okay, and Walter, what about you?
I've got 2, and they're gonna go on battery. So because gaming, it's just gonna be 1 office on the
Just a
battery.
set of-
Battery life.
All right.
Okay.
Cool, cool.
Cool, cool.
So,
Hey, does anyone have Did you guys do your bonuses for GPS? I forgot to check this.
We just got it now. No, we just bought it now.
Yeah.
Okay, no one had GPS before.
No one
Okay,
had
good.
GPS
No,
before.
just unlocked this round.
And
Okay, awesome.
because round 3's already passed, that means we can't get the bonus for now.
Right. So now we're moving into the logistics phase. So, Josh.
And so don't forget about the battery life bonus. If you've got that, you get extra for money. You get extra
Oh.
logistics for money.
But you don't have money showing.
This is also when, if you've got NFC, you have to choose to throw phones in the ocean or not.
Ah, okay.
I will.
I like that Walter started saying throw phones in the ocean, too.
Yep. Let's go to South America. I like what chat was thinking. That's what we're gonna do.
What are you
Pretty good shit.
here?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You need to get up out my grill.
Oh no, I'm gonna sell all my phones there.
That's what you think. Okay, I have 3. How much logistics do you have? 3. I have 3 logistics this round. And I want to make it shine, I think. I am going to go to Australia. Wait, hold on.
So, Walter, while Anne's puzzling that out, with the extra spaces like Canada and India, you can sell phones there?
You don't sell phones there. You're just trying to build an office, and you're only trying to build one office in that area. Having one office is going to get you some bonus points at the end and a little extra bonus immediately.
Okay.
How the heck? India to Canada. China connects to nothing.
Go to Europe. Beat Walter to Europe.
Because we're isolationists here in China.
Okay, I'm gonna
China
go.
connects to North Africa, India, and CIS, and that's it.
I'm gonna go to Australia.
Come up in my neighborhood.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I'm
what's
talking
gonna
about
happen.
Anne.
That's what's gonna happen.
Something
Okay.
strange.
And how many phones do you have? 2 that you produced.
3. It looks like for Anne.
Yeah, it is 3.
Why?
Just curious.
He's just trying to count my points. Okay, where are
Well,
you
I
going?
think he's saying that with your expansionist mentality and the fact that you're in multiple areas, he's going to try to block you, given the fact that he encroached on South America.
Yeah, he's trying real hard.
Yeah.
Josh is also a jerk, and it's important to remember.
Oh,
that.
100%.
So I'm going to take my 2 logistics that I got, and I am going to move into Canada.
Which gives you another phone.
So
Yes, it gives
one
me
phone now and 11 points at the end of the game.
Cool. All right, Walter,
Uh,
what are you doing?
So sorry, one sec. I also have 2 showing, but then I have 1 plus money sign showing, and because of battery life, that's an extra 1. So I've got 3 trucks to place out, and I'm going to put them all in Europe and turn Europe into an office.
Ooh, so you get 2 offices there, right, Walter? All right, so Walter set up shop in Europa.
Okay. So then I think.
It's time to sell our phones. So, Josh, you're the cheapie, so go up first.
All right. And I get to choose where I'm selling, which customers I'm selling my phone to, right?
Correct. If you're once you say I'm going to sell to people with money, if you can sell to the cheapest person, you've got it. They're in line. You got to
Okay.
sell to that person first. You can forget the line and sell the technology, however you want. But for the money guys, if you let's say I'm in North Africa here, if I have phones that cost me, I have to sell to the guy who's got 3 money before I can sell to the guy who has 6 money. You can't just screw your neighbor in that way.
Gotcha.
I'm
Okay.
selling 2 phones in South Africa to the tech guys.
Well, if you were in. So you are.
He is in South
I
Africa.
meant, sorry.
South America.
No, you said South Africa.
South America, please.
To which ones?
Either any of the doesn't matter.
Do you have all 3?
I have all 3,
Okay.
and Ann has all 3, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
I'm gonna sell 1 to South Africa. We'll sell to the guy that wants cash. That's fine.
You can't sell to him because it's $5. You should sell to a technology.
He can $5 will buy down to 4.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
they'll still buy. It's just.
Forget.
Then they'll have pocket change.
And then I will sell 2 to Australia,
Australia.
and I will do these 2 technologies.
All right. So then, Anne, it's on you. You don't have.
Yeah, I saw that, Josh.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yes.
So,
Pretty sneaky there, bud.
I mean, she could still sell one in Australia.
It'll give me 2 points, but that's it. So.
Oh, it won't give you the first place bonus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
I beat her for first place bonus in both areas.
Both.
Both.
All right, so
So.
you're higher guaranteed points than line the USA, right?
Yeah. So here, this is tied. So what goes here for after tiebreakers?
Point tracker. So Josh is below you.
So I would get the 5.
Does lower points get the points over higher points? Yeah, so Josh would get it.
Oh, it's so
So you
gross.
probably want to make in the areas that you're by yourself.
You're such a.
And then you can make one in either one of these areas and you get the 2 extra points.
That's why I have no desire to compete with Josh.
He's such a.
I mean, Walter's probably just as cutthroat, and he's gonna spank me around the East Asian market.
I don't know that, bud. I'm just trying to make games.
I'm just working the lower southern hemisphere.
Yeah.
That's
Just trying
gonna-
to make fun phones that, have good battery life. They work on an airplane.
That gets me the most points, right? 3 for the U.S., and then this would be 2, that would be 2,
And that would be 2.
and that would be 2.
All right. So then for me, I've got a buttload of phones. So my phones are $5 each. I'm gonna sell 2 to China for the dollar people. I'm sorry, one to China and 2 to the CIS for the dollar people. For technology, I'm gonna go ahead and sell 1 to the. What do I have my upgrades on?
You have gaming, Wi-Fi, and that's it.
Oh, I thought I had one more. Pooh, that changed. I messed up there. All right, so put one on the gaming for both of them, and then one on the Wi-Fi, and I get my scrap phone. I thought that I had GPS too. I was gonna buy it, and then I changed my mind.
You hate to see it. Good kid like you, Matt.
Yeah, it happens.
Walter, where are you
Yeah.
going?
I got 6 phones to sell. I'm going to sell 2 in Europe to the 6 and the 7. I'm going to sell 2 in the Emirates to the 6 and the games. And I'm going to sell 2 in North Africa to the 6 and the Wi-Fi.
Oof, Walter. Showing us how it's done.
Oh, did I not clear that one?
Apparently you did not.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Cool. So let's count up them dollar bills, y'all.
I do, starting with Josh.
So Josh, how many phones did you sell?
I sold 5 phones for
At
20.
$20.
Or for $4, so it's $20.
So that's 58.
And then I'm going to get a bonus 5, 10, 12 points.
So that takes you right on up to 70 points.
Nice.
So Anne, how many phones did you sell?
I sold 3 phones.
3 phones at $5. That's 15. So it's going to take you up to, I don't know, 62 from 47. That sounds about right?
Sure.
And then how many bonus points did you get?
I got 2, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're at
Why
67.
didn't you build one of those on my locations to get the extra 2 points? I thought you did that, and I wasn't. Because you would get second place for either of those zones.
She
Okay.
did. She just took them away.
No, I took
No.
away Josh's. Fine.
Oh.
So that was on batteries. So, yeah, that's good. 3, 4, 5,
2 more points.
6,
there.
7.
All right. So you're at 69 points. That's why Josh did
Nice.
it. So then me, I sold 5 phones at $5 a piece. That's 25. So it's going to take me to 75. Plus I got first place in China and CIS. So that's how many points?
6.
6. So that's 81. And now time for Walter to jump past everyone.
6 phones for 6 is 36, and then it's 8 in bonuses, so 44 points.
44 plus 38 is 72? No, 82.
82.
Oh, Walter's 1 point ahead of me.
Do you like how he, like, totally pool sharked this?
Yeah.
And honestly, that's really not even good enough. Like, like as you see, the board goes up to 500. In our current arrangement of upgrades, I don't think anyone could really get that high in the current setup. But with some of the other setups, you can definitely get 500. And if you're only making 44 points a round, you are a loser.
There goes all my self-esteem.
let that
Thanks
sink
for
in.
that, buddy. Okay, so the price is reset. The phones have all come up. Josh is putting up the new upgrades, and the round tracker is going to round 4. Oh, this is kind of a quicker game.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is cool.
Once you get the roll of it, like I was saying, those rounds, like there's just not enough of them. So once you get it going, you realize, man, there's no room for error in this game.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I can do that.
Don't forget this time that whoever has GPS, your minus phones, your minus cost production is worth double.
Okay. So we get more phones.
You get more phones if you get that upgrade.
Sweet.
So that won't really help me if I do that.
Oh, it's now actually, man.
This is tough.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do that, I guess. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Yeah? Maybe? What do you want to do, Matt?
With your whole life.
I don't know. I really don't.
I need to...
I'm okay with this. I think.
I'm ready when you nerds are.
Oh, and nerds we
Rude.
are.
So rude.
Bye, Agent Dave 7. I'm hanging out.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. I became Walmart.
Correct, Agent Dave. That's the proper terminology.
Think that's what I want to do. I'm not gonna give myself too much AP right now.
I'm gonna cover mine so no one can see it.
It is 10 p.m. on a Friday, so I wouldn't think too hard.
But who works? You know? Not us fine folk here at Twist
I
Game.
think you froze. I think we're all right. Refresh if the screen's not working.
Yeah,
Everything looks good here.
You're good, Walter. And someone in chat said potential freezing. Think it might just be on their end then. All right, so
Okay.
I'm ready. And stop looking at my sheet. She's looking at my sheet. She's cheating.
I need one.
Alrighty.
Matt, what strategy are you going this round?
Up in my dollar value.
Up in your dollar value.
Yeah, because I realized that I don't have a ton of competition here, which now, of course, that means Walter's going to come in and start harassing me.
What is it, round 4?
Yeah.
It is harassment time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something really mean. But
I think I'm happy.
Well, if it makes you happy, it can't be that bad.
Do we get we get +1 phone for each upgrade we didn't use?
Yes.
I feel like
So
I
right
shorted
now
myself
on
a
round
phone
4,
last
there
time.
should be 2 upgrades you can't use,
I
even
have
if one's
4. Oh, we
Oh.
can use 2. I forgot.
but you just
the
got
third.
one last round.
Yeah, but I definitely only. I have 4 total. Yeah, maybe I don't remember now.
Yeah, you should have 3. You've earned 3 plus you started with 1, so you should have 4 total,
I
and we'll
could
get
get-
another one this round.
could get-
And so, just to talk about it now, they've changed something in the game that we don't have in this prototype, and I don't know it well enough for us to talk about it. But in the factory side over there, there are no benefits right now in this prototype getting an extra factory upgrade on the 5th round. They've changed this. There's a new thing that happens in the 5th round. I just don't know what it is. So for this round, just keep that in mind. For number 5, you're not worried about this symbol, the little orange factory symbol, because there's nothing to be gained from it in the final round, in this prototype and just for this prototype.
How you doing, Ann?
Um,
I think you're good.
wait, what is that gives you double production? I think. We'll see how this turns out. Okay.
Cool.
We're just gonna say that I.
Okay, we're revealed because we were waiting on it anyways. Cool. So, all right. So let's move it on over. So going into the dollar change phase. So what's everyone doing? I'm going up 1.
Ann's going up 2.
And down 1, so a
up.
net 1.
Walter, what are you doing?
Going up 1.
I'm dropping 3.
What?
$2 phones.
Okay.
I'm gonna be reducing a lot of phones. And getting mean.
All right, time to produce.
All right. So, Josh, you first.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 phones, please.
Okay.
Healthy number of phones you got there, Josh.
Yeah.
He pulled Walmart.
All right. So then, Ann, you're up next. How many are you grabbing?
2, 3, 4. Yes. 5, 6.
I got 6 as well. And how about you, Walter?
8. 3 showing, 3 covered, and then 2 unused bonuses.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
Forget Walmart. We're Dollar General phones.
Okay, get an upgrade.
So, I'm sorry, Josh, you're up first.
I covered my factory, so I'm just gonna get an extra inventory for next round.
All right. Ann.
Oh, I should have covered my factory at this point.
You get one of these lovely things. I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah. Can I have the logistics and the money?
Money.
All right. I covered mine, so I'm just gonna get a single boy.
Walter.
I also covered mine, so just a little chunk.
I should have.
Cool. All right. So then, moving on over to the technology. So, Josh, what are you doing?
I got 2. I've upgraded all the low end stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I'm
Just
gonna,
NFC and 4G left for you.
we're gonna go to 4G.
All right, Ann.
I got 4. I'm gonna put 1 on the 4G, and I'm gonna grab that NFC.
Okay. So the NFC is going to allow you to dump 3 phones in the ocean.
Actually, I'm gonna put all 4 on the 4G because I have a feeling that Matt is going to turn
Yep,
that
you're right.
over.
Let's just do it right now. So I'm going to grab the 4G patent, and then that means we're going to be able to off-hang stuff, you and I.
Okay, so then that's yours.
That's
good
for you.
Sir. And then I'm gonna take these 4 back. Put that there. Put this. What happens if I run out of buildings?
Then
You
you win the game.
Oh, okay.
You lose.
You'd have to be pretty hard to run out. I don't think you can physically run out of buildings. Maybe you can. You'd have to really try.
How many do you have left, Ann?
6.
So you just need to expand into 3 different territories,
Uh-huh.
and then you're out.
Might have been a prototyping thing. What
Okay.
I've got in my little here, I've got like
I mean,
30
good
of these
luck.
little offices.
Okay.
Good luck doing that in 2 rounds left, though, Ann.
Yeah.
So probably
with,
not
with
going to
your
happen.
1 logistics.
Yeah. And then Walter,
You
what
have
are you?
3
Are you
technique.
doing anything with the
I
technology?
got one little tech, and it's gonna go on the GIFs, just for giggles.
It's
Which
gonna
one?
go where?
GPS?
Oh,
Yeah, it's gonna
Gypsy.
become an office on GPS.
He gets
Oh,
office.
he gets an office because it only costs. Yeah. There we go.
If you run out of buildings, your Starbucks phones.
Oh, okay.
But you could use the stair steps as an alternative.
Oh, that's a good idea.
All right. So then moving into the logistics, Josh, you're up first.
I have 3 logistics. I'm gonna go move to North Africa. Gonna visit
Hey, bud.
Walter.
God, you're
You like hanging out?
real.
Yeah.
We only like top quality phones here in North Africa. Get your Walmart trash out of here.
My Dollar General trash.
Okay.
I'm selling the prepaid used track phones that you just toss out after you use them.
Burners.
Wait, where did you just? Oh, because you have 3. Okay.
I have 3.
All right, so then Ann, how about you? Logistics.
I actually have 3 because my 2 plus dollar signs
Oh, look at that.
are gonna give me
Cool. So where are you going?
them. So, man, I got
Go to Europe.
3.
Battle of
Yeah,
Walter
out of
in
Europe.
Look at all those customers over in Europe.
Yeah, there's a lot of European customers.
There is.
But I don't have 4. I only have 3.
Oh.
So
I mean, you can join us in North Africa if you want. You can go to the CSI.
CIS.
CIS.
How can she go there? It's through Canada.
Oh. Yeah, she just go to Canada. No one cares about Canada.
I'm in Canada.
I wish I had one more.
Somebody.
And if I go to India, then I
we
get.
done got raided. Hello, Board Game House.
Hi.
Oh, thank you for the raid.
If I go to India, what do I get for that?
You're gonna get points, and you're gonna immediately get 1 upgrade,
You're gonna get 13
one
points,
stair step that you
One
can
stair
use
step.
wherever you want.
Which would be for...
The next technology round,
Yep.
which would give me the throw stuff in the ocean
Yep.
ability.
Highly valuable pirate sales.
Alright, sales.
But you also get 13 points for being the first one in there.
Stop giving her options.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do then.
All right. So then up to me. I've got 4 logistics. Hey, Walter. It's time
What's up,
to let's do some business in Europe.
Cool. Seems good. How many phones you got to sell there, Matt?
I've got 6.
You got 6 phones, huh?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and put my 4 in an office in China.
Oh.
Do a little trade war there, bud.
It's only 3 to go to China. Oh, no,
If it's
4,
4
sorry.
to go to China.
I was looking at the CIS.
You
So
give
I've
me
got
one
3 plus 1 for the money sign. I get 2 offices in China. Just raising the stakes there, Matthew.
Oh boy.
All right.
Cool.
Now we're...
Walter, where are you? That's all you're building?
That's all I got.
Okay, so now we get to sell our phones.
Yep.
So Josh, you're up first.
All right. So I'm going to sell 2. Let's sell 3 to North Africa. The 2 technology I have, which is Wi-Fi and battery. And then I have to take the lowest price, Walter, or can I take the higher price person?
You have to take the lowest price when you're selling to people
Okay.
in the red.
That's fine.
The lowest price you can sell.
We'll do 3 for Australia.
What are you putting them on?
The 2 technologies I have,
Which are?
battery and Wi-Fi. And the 4. And then put one of these in the RSA. And then the only place I haven't sold yet is South America. And put all of those in South America. Technologies first, then prices, please.
Tell me where.
I have all 3 technologies. Thank you.
Cool. Anne, you're up next.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where can I go?
You want to sell at least 1 in U.S. and 1 in the Caribbean. Because you have
Yep.
shares there. You would still want to sell 1 in South America and 1 in Australia, so you get the secondary bonus. You can't beat me in either of them.
It's the way he says it.
He's
You cannot
a dick.
win.
And then you can sell wherever the other ones you want. Wherever you want.
All right. So this is going to be interesting here.
So who's up first? You or Walter?
I am.
Okay. You can try to...
Yeah, and
Did the same thing Josh just did to
wisely,
me. Yep.
Matthew.
All right, so I'm going to send these to the... Oh, hold on one second.
Yep.
Sorry. I just thought of something here. Yeah.
Not gonna go great for me.
Yeah, this works. So this is going to go to the 6 and 7 spot in Europe. And then I'm going to put this over to the Wi-Fi spot in Europe. Then these two are going to go to the games and... What other upgrade do I have? There's no Wi-Fi in China.
There's a location.
Gaming and Wi-Fi and 4G.
And battery.
Oh. Shoot.
How many do you have left?
One more after this. So, because he's got that, and that. All right.
You want to win in China, right? Oh no, I guess they're the same at this point.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Same.
what's second place in China versus first place?
3.
3 in both second places? 3.
All right. So it makes more sense for me to put this in China and just lose out on the bonus for CIS.
So 4G, gaming,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I can't. Can I?
you don't have...
All right. So put it in the CIS
Does
7
he have
spot.
location?
No, I don't.
Oh.
I have Wi-Fi, I have gaming, and I've got 4G.
Putting this where? CIS?
CIS, yeah. I done goofed with that. Okay.
You don't want to put it... Oh, because you can need the two. Never mind.
I don't need to put it there.
Yeah.
Man, I think you did pretty well. Either way, you would. Yeah, I think you did the best you could do in that situation.
Yeah, I wish that I had battery or the GPS unlocked.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. So there are 2 spots available in North Africa. So I'll sell to this. For me, I'll sell to the 6 and the NFC. I have 8 to spend. So 2 in North Africa. I don't have 4G. In the Emirates, let's circle back to the Emirates. So in Europe, Matt, you took 6, 7, and Wi-Fi in Europe.
Yes,
Yep.
I did.
Okay, so I can only drop on the battery and the NFC in Europe. And
Okay.
then I will take the 3 technologies that Matt didn't take in China.
Yep.
And that leaves me with 1 more, which I'll sell to the 1 person who wants money in the Emirates. Just for fun.
Just fun.
I was trying desperately to tie Walter in China, but I didn't have the technology.
You didn't make it stronger, better, faster?
Yeah. All right, bonus points, or getting those regular points.
Dollar bills,
with Josh.
y'all.
All right. So, Josh, how many dollars did you sell?
I forgot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
think you
6,
said 11.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes,
Yeah.
11 for 2 each.
$22.
$22.
So you're at 92.
And then I'm going to get plus 5.
Give me another one of your buildings, please.
10, 12, 17 points for the locations.
So 17, that's going to be 109. Cool. So, Ann, how about you? How many phones did you sell?
4, 5, 6 phones.
Okay. At $6 a piece, that's 36. 69 plus... I need another building from you.
Sure.
69 plus 36 is 105? Yeah. 105.
I got 5 bonus, 5, 6, 7, 9 bonus points plus 2. Do I get the 2 for India, right?
No.
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 That's
It's just the victory points at the end.
Yep.
Oh wait, so what did I say? 7?
9.
3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, 9.
Okay. So then you're up to 114. All right. So then little old me, I had 6 at 6, so that's 36. So that's going to be 81 plus 36 is 117. Does that sound right?
I don't have a
Yeah, 117. Then I sold second most in China, which is how many points?
3.
plus 2 for CIS, plus 6 for the Europe.
Yep.
So that's
11.
11. Cool. So that's 28. All right. And then, Walter, how many phones did you sell?
So 8 phones at 6, so 48.
Okay.
Plus
Oh, wait.
second place in,
Hold on 1 second.
what was that in?
I think Matt's
Doing
mathing.
math.
So 48 plus 82 is 130?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then how many?
Second place in Europe is 3. First place in the Emirates is 2, so 5. Second place in North Africa is 2, so 7. And first place in China is 6, so 13 more.
So you're at 143. So Walter's pulling away right now.
Because he's so terrible at this game.
Yeah.
No, you guys are just worse.
That is so rude.
It's that
I come
first.
in peace. I come in peace.
It's the first round where we didn't know what we were doing. That's what it was.
That's right. That's how I get new players. No, the Arcane Wonders have made it clear to me I have to come in second in any game that I teach. So I need one of you to do really well this next round.
Just do better.
You just have to tank your last
Just a
round.
little better.
Cool.
Okay, so this is the last and final round.
It's the
We have
final
Picked up
round.
all of our phones. Josh is refreshing the updates.
They don't matter, but sure.
And there is a mechanic, there is a thing here, and I apologize, I just don't know what the new piece of this is that makes that thing matter in the final round. So, forgive me.
So, Anne, in case you didn't have enough analysis paralysis before, remember that you and I can both overhang a piece over the edge now.
Yep.
That's bread breaking.
Okay. So this is what I want to cover. So what I need is
What you really need?
what I want, what I really want.
What do you...
Zigzag?
Yes, ziggy ziggy zag.
I don't know what I'm doing, Walter. I'm just doing stuff.
You're gonna do
Everything's
so
made up,
great,
the points
man.
don't
I really
matter.
believe in you.
Whose smartphone is it anyway?
That's way too many of those.
I think that like the 6 is really like $600 each. I feel like that's more appropriate than just like I'm taking $6, or you're doing like 6 millions in sales in each area. I feel like that's more appropriate, right, Matt?
No, I'm not really paying attention to you because I'm thinking right now.
I think about Lincoln.
No, I don't really care about you that much, Josh.
What's new?
I heard it.
Sorry. Yeah, let's do that.
$600 for maybe. We're selling to the very rich.
The uber rich. So if I do that, I can do that. Let's do that, and then I can do this. Yeah, I like that. Cool. All right. I got what I want.
What you really want?
Yeah.
Curse you guys.
Go there.
All right. I'm also ready.
And that goes there. I'm okay with this. You going for Walmart again, Josh? Not as cheap, though.
That is cheap. I felt like I kind of screwed myself with.
Yeah.
You went pretty darn cheap last round.
If I stayed at 3, I think I would have still sold all of them,
Yeah.
but I would have got 11 more points.
Yeah.
Though I would have had one less phone.
You also would have been one higher up on the scoring track, which might have affected your turn order for this last one. You would have been in front of Anne. Granted, you're probably going to go in front of Anne anyways because I don't know if she's decreasing the value of her phones.
I don't know either.
And yeah, don't forget, we reset 5 on the phone cost.
Yeah. So last to first. There. Don't cheat, Anne.
God, it's hilarious. You know, and I never get that upgrade. I think it's so wonderful, and I always doing other stuff. I gotta change it up and get that one next time.
So Matt, what up? You going to sell your phones in the water? Is that the or no? You just need upgrades to sell because you're getting blocked out, right?
Yeah. I need upgraded tech. That's where my biggest problem is right now. I don't have enough tech, so I'm getting blocked out of some stuff.
I got like the basic tech, so my little flip phone. I have like little Nokia phones.
Oh, the
Nokia
indestructibles?
bricks. Yep, the indestructibles.
How many blank spaces do you guys have?
None at the moment.
None.
This round, I've got one like a loser.
Like a loser.
I was thinking trying to like produce more, but like me producing.
At some point in this particular arrangement of things, like you can just definitely overproduce. Like there's no real reason to go above like 12 in general for this.
My production's not fantastic, so we'll see. Hello, is it Anne you're looking for?
Don't need
At this point, just shotgun guess something out.
those.
Anne just wants to play for 5 hours.
I don't.
It's her
I'm not real
favorite.
about you, Anne.
It's her favorite pastime activity.
I had something.
And then you messed it up and forgot what you had.
Yep.
That's why you should take a picture of it. It'll last longer.
Producing 19 phones a turn, that's pretty impressive. That's what the sheet goes up to. 19.
19's pretty good.
Walter, how many phones have you produced in one round and actually sold?
Well, I mean, with this particular setup, I think 12 is the max I've produced, but definitely with some of the other upgrades, you could get nuts. Especially the all phones stay between rounds upgrade, like that's when you can end up selling like 30 phones in a round.
Don't need that. Does it matter?
Nothing really matters.
Anyone can
No.
see.
Nothing really matters.
All right, Walter, do you have a sand timer over there?
Starting now.
Just do all the factory upgrades. That's what you want.
That's what you want. Just double down on that.
Don't think that is at all what I want.
You don't think that's advisable?
No. Okay, I think I'm happy with this.
You think you're happy?
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.
Ta-da!
Okay, I'm proud of you. Cool. All right, so first up, dollar swang. What's everyone's prices looking like?
I have no idea.
Anne's going up 1.
All right, so Anne's going up 1. I'm going up 1. Josh?
I am going down
1.
1.
Walter?
Again,
Up 1. Okay, things are going to get interesting here.
probably should have just stayed at 5.
Cool. So then moving right along, we've got our phone production. So, Josh, how many are you producing?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 phones.
Nice. All right. Anne, how many phones are you producing?
I get double for the minus, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
9.
Why? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're right.
Roll.
2, 3.
All right. I get 8. Walter, how many?
9. 4 covered, 2 showing, and then 3 upgrades off the set.
Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Cool.
The cat wants to play.
Moving right along, factory upgrades.
Kitty.
We're just going to skip this right now, I guess.
Yep. For this particular playthrough, we're going to skip it, though. There is a new mechanic for what happens in the final round there.
Cool. So moving along to the technology. So Josh, what are you doing?
Nothing. I didn't care.
All right, Ann, what are you doing? You got 3.
I know, and I really didn't care either. Did I do that right? Yeah. That gives me the NFC.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna sell your phones to the ocean.
I might.
So I've got 3. I'm going to spend 1 and get an upgrade for my GPS. Then I've got 2 left. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
That will give you NFC.
Yeah, I'm gonna get NFC. I was debating on if I wanted to do NFC or battery life. Wait, hold on 1 second. Actually, wait. Sorry. Give me battery life.
Walter, you
I
have
can't
any
tell if my
upgrades?
cat loves or hates smartphone, but she really likes to destroy the pieces. So
All right. So then moving on to the next one. Oh, I'm sorry, Walter. Do you have any upgrades you're doing?
I've got one little measly something that goes nowhere, so might as well toss it on 4G just for prosperity's sake. But it means nothing.
All right. So logistics. Josh, what are you doing with your logistics?
I have 5 logistics.
Okay.
I'm gonna go move over to Canada,
Okay.
and I'm gonna go move over to India.
Oh, seriously?
Doesn't
it's fine,
matter.
doesn't
You
matter
can't
for
sell
me.
them.
Matter. I went to this one thing. Technically, do get a technology, which would put me at 3. So if I actually did, I could have got the 4G if I had one in there. But I didn't think about it.
Huh?
I get 1 technology for going in there,
So you don't get it.
but I
though.
don't get it. But I also get a phone for going into Canada. So I have 14 phones.
All right. So
I have... My turn?
yeah, it's your turn, Ann.
So I have 4 logistics. And... I'm selling at 6. Josh is going to go in front of me. I'm going before you 2.
Yeah. You want to go on one of their areas, and
Alright, so I
And,
want to...
and this is where you have to decide whether or not you're going to sell phones to the ocean.
So I think I want to go to Europe. Right?
yeah.
Get out of Europe. No, get in.
Do
And
you
that's
wanna
my
sell-
4.
Yeah. Do you want to sell your phones to the ocean or no?
How many do I have? I have
9.
them... I have 9.
I think you're fine.
Should not sell to the ocean.
You have all of US by yourself at the moment.
Can I sell all for 6? So I have all the technology, so I can sell 5 for 6, even if I'm throwing them in the
And
ocean.
might
not have the U.S.
But you also have the Caribbean. But she gets first sales before you do.
That's true.
So you have more than enough spots to sell.
And my first place...
Because you'll sell in Europe, you'll sell in the U.S., and you'll sell in the Caribbean for sure. And there's more than 9 spaces, and you sell before everyone else
That's
does.
very true.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to just want to try to screw them up as much as you can.
Okay.
Then you're just going to kind of let me win at my spots. Because you don't really have a choice.
I have to... Yeah, because I get second, but I get more points for being first in the other places.
And you get that they get less points, and they're ahead of us.
This is not a team. This is not a joint venture.
He's
this
making
is
it so
not-
that way you don't want to target him.
This is not when Sprint bought Nextel. Like, this is not what this is.
You're trying to catch up to them, so if they get less points, the point swing is better.
This is not Sprint Nextel.
Don't-
I feel manipulated.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into India because I've got 5. So I'm going to go into India.
Okay. So you're going to get 8 points at the end of the game for that.
Yeah,
And you get an upgrade on technology.
doesn't really do anything for me.
Okay.
You want to put one on 4G just for the hell of it?
I've already got
goes on
4G.
Put another one on 4G.
I invented 4G.
Chat's yelling merger.
Merger.
We just put our points together, and then we win as a team. Yeah. Then we're unstoppable.
Okay. Your palms are always so sweaty.
Mom spaghetti.
It's a fitness
So
manipulation tactic, Chuck. Fall
Then-
for it, then.
I'm gonna put this one over in.
Wait, how much logistics do you
5.
have?
5.
Oh.
I'm gonna go into North Africa.
Dude, get out of my stuff.
It's you and Josh all up in North Africa.
You guys are the worst.
Walter, what are you doing with your logistics?
Is
I
Black...
got 4. 1 for the money, and I want to party in the USA with Anne.
Go away!
Hey, yay, yay, yay.
And is anyone selling their phones to the ocean, or are you all hogging them?
I'm going to take the risk this game. Normally, I'm a conservative. I like to just toss phones into the ocean, but this go of it, I'm going to hold on to them.
Risk it for the biscuit. All right, so now we're moving into the selling phase. So, Ann, move that tracker down. And Josh, you're up first.
All right, I have all the phones to sell.
Yeah. Party in the U. Now I have a stupid song stuck in my head.
I'm selling 3 phones to North Africa because it's the most I can sell there.
Oh, I
You
went
can
into
sell at $4, so
Went
you're
to the
gonna
wrong
sell. Which ones do you want?
The 3 I can do: the $6, the Wi-Fi, and the battery.
You could do the 3 also.
No, I can't.
Oh,
That's
right,
why I
you
went
can't.
there.
And then let's see, South Africa. We're gonna do the 3 technologies.
South Africa.
South America. Sorry, South America.
Next time you do it wrong, I'm just putting you in South
1
Africa.
in South Africa. Wherever, it doesn't matter.
Wherever, it's fine.
$2.
Australia. I got battery, Wi-Fi, and here we'll put these 4 in Africa.
Okay,
Australia,
I will
Australia.
put them all in Africa. No, you're
Australia.
done. You're done.
Australia.
You failed. You're gonna go in $2.
He's
and
flooding the
$3.
market.
Where is it going in Australia?
4, 6, Wi-Fi, and battery. I have 2 left. I'm not in any other places, right? That I can sell.
No.
No.
I will sell South America,
Okay.
and I guess another South America. I don't know.
There you go. Deplete your stock.
Can you not?
All
You
right.
can't sell there anyway because your phone's at $6. So I blocked you out of there.
So because she couldn't sell any, she's not going to get the second place award for that one,
That's
right?
correct.
Okay.
He blocked me
My
out of the 2
God.
points.
So, Ann, it's your turn.
Such a dick.
Take
I
over
mean,
Europe.
I plan on it. It's because that's the 8 points. I have all of the technologies, but I want to at least get. How do I do this? I want the U.S. first place points, and I want the Europe first place points. So, Walter, how many phones do you have?
Get away from my stuff, man.
Look, I didn't go into the U.S. You went into the U.S., followed me all over there. So, Walter, how many phones do you have?
I have 9 phones to sell.
He's going to fight me. Okay.
You want 3? If you put 3 in Europe and 3 in
Let
the
her
US.
play her own game.
I'm just saying you tie, and then he can't beat you because you're lower score.
You guys are the worst.
But that doesn't get me the 8 points. That gets me the split of 12.
No, you get whoever has lowest score beats the tiebreaker, so you get the 8 points as long as you have.
Oh, the second tiebreaker was. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
points.
Gotcha. Okay, you guys are both selling at 6. We all have the same technologies, except Walter has NFC with me, and Matt's got 4G, and Walter doesn't. Okay, so I want 6. Do I want the technologies first? It doesn't matter since we all have the same, right? So at this point, it's really just... Who goes after that? Matt goes after that?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if I take the NFC, Matt will take the 4G? Probably?
Yeah.
And you have NFC, but you don't have 4G, so I want to take NFC here too, right?
Mhm.
And then I want to
Let's
take
all just move
the
to the ocean.
money, so I want the 7. And then I want the technologies, right? So we said 4 will get me first place.
3 in both of them.
3 will get me first place in both. So we both have Wi-Fi in that, so that doesn't matter. So that's fine, right?
Then you want at least 1 in the Caribbean
That's right.
and 1 in Australia.
Because that'll get me the second place.
Yep.
India I can't sell to. I'm not in anywhere else.
So how many phones do you have left?
I have 1 phone left, and I want to sell it for the money.
Sell to the USA, Block Walter.
Yeah, you could completely block Walter out if you sell, because he does not have 4G.
Yeah.
Do I
He won't-
want
You
to
only have one
completely
point
block
then.
him out here? Yeah, because that'll cut him out with the 2 points.
Yeah, so if
So
you
three-
put it on games, he won't be able to sell there because he doesn't have 4G.
But if I put it on
It's your-
one of the ones here, what does that do to everybody's score? That means that Walter could get 3rd place in here, and he could still put a phone over here.
Yeah.
Matt's going first, and he's probably gonna
Yeah, I'm
fill out.
gonna block
all
him
of
out
Europe.
there.
So this will block Walter, who's in first place in both places.
Yep.
Yeah.
So essentially what I did was I hate placed.
Yeah.
Okay.
A little bit.
Should have sold to the ocean.
Yeah,
Sold
you
to the ocean, baby
Oh,
shark needs a phone.
Definitely should have sold to the ocean. So first,
Agreed.
oh, I lost a cube. I had 6. I think I had 6, right? I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I had 8.
Why'd you
Where are all my
block-
cubes going?
I don't know.
I'm fidgeting with them, so they're like flying out of the thing.
Are you getting anxious?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put in Europe on the Wi-Fi and the battery life.
Okay. That cuts out Walter.
Sorry,
I know.
Walter.
That's why I did it.
I'm explaining
know,
to
I
chat
know, I know,
what's
I'm good.
going on.
So
Update a B.
so in China,
Why is there a cube here? Is that from last round?
yeah,
It's
it's from
got
last
there.
round. So for China,
Yep.
let's see what we can do here. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put.
Leave 4G open.
Oh man, that stinks.
What?
So first up, sorry, I'm gonna put the 4G in North Africa.
Yep.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and.
Do you want to put the 4G? Oh yeah, because you don't
Yeah.
have NFC.
I don't, unfortunately. So then in China, I'm going to go ahead and sell the GPS, the games, the battery, and the 4G.
The GPS, the games, the battery, and the 4G.
And then in CIS, I'm selling to
Sorry.
that. Sell them games. I want to sell them games. That's what we started with. We want to keep our branding consistent. That's what we're going to finish with here at Redberry.
I think Walter planned this so that he would come in second.
Yeah. Maybe. That's how. That's
I
how
think
good
I
he
think
is.
we just all teamed up on him.
We definitely did.
I think he's just that smart that like he's not the person who's like, all right, I'm going to get the most points. I'm going to be so strategic that I land perfectly in second place. That's how
I
intelligent
was
Walter is.
told. I was told that I have to come in second place, but I don't know if I planned it on purpose.
All right. So Walter, where are you placing in all of your multitude of options right now?
Yeah, I don't think things are looking too hot for me. So what do we got? We've got NFC in North Africa, right?
Yep.
We can drop 1 little phone there.
And NFC in
Uh,
China.
NFC in China, we'll drop 1 little phone there.
You
looks
could
like
you could sell $3. No, you can't. Just kidding.
no.
So you
Looks
can
like
sell
there's nowhere in the U.S., nowhere in Europe, right?
you can sell 3 in the
And-
Emirates though.
And yeah, and then 3 measly phones in the Emirates. And I think that's it. And let the lesson be known.
That it could have been sold. He could have sold those 3 phones to the ocean.
I'm just gonna put those right
Should've
here
sold
as a
those
nice little
phones.
reminder that they're unsold. Okay,
So
good,
the
great.
rule for the ocean is like 3 that you can sell up to.
Yes.
Up
Up
to
to 3. So I would have had 1 extra no matter what in this
Yeah.
scenario. But I could have gotten an extra 18 points. But I'm a loser.
All right. So now we're gonna go into scoring. So Josh, how many phones did you sell?
I believe I sold 13 phones.
You believe you sold 13
4.
phones.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Oh boy, 13 phones at $4 a piece. That's
52?
52. 52
61.
plus 9 is 61. All right. And then what bonuses do you get there, Josh?
5, 6, 11, 13, 18. 18.
18.
Yep.
So 18 plus 61 is going to be 79. So 179. So then, Anne, how about you? How many phones did you sell?
9.
Okay, at $6 a piece.
Correct.
That is 30. No, sorry, can't do math right now. 56. No.
Yes.
Yeah. No.
9 times 6?
54.
Yes. 63, 72, 81. Yes.
Yeah. So 54. That's going to be 68 that you're at.
Go Team Josh.
Then how many bonus points do you get, Josh?
Josh got his bonus points.
And
That's sorry, Anne. Yeah.
Do I look like Josh?
Yes.
God, I need
Well.
work. Ah, that's rude. 7, 8, 9, 17, 17.
17. So 68 plus 17 is 85. So you're ahead of Josh. All right.
Still a
So
final score.
so salty. I didn't say she won. I said she was ahead of you.
Yep.
So I produced 9 phones at $6 a piece as well. So
Another
that's
54 points.
another 54 points. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 82. Cool. And then bonuses. So I got first place in CIS. That's 2 points. Boop, boop. Then I
First place
got
in China,
how much?
6 points.
All right. So that's 90.
You got second place in Europe, so that's 4 points.
All right.
And then
I got second place in North Africa also.
Did you?
3
Or did you get
points.
tied?
But he's lowest. So
I
he
was
gets it.
lowest score when we started the scoring.
So he gets 3 points.
2, 3. And is that all of them?
I believe so.
Cool. All right. So Walter, how many phones did you sell?
A measly 5 phones at $6 a pop, so 30. And then I get 2 from the Emirates. It looked like 3 from China, and I think that's it.
Yep.
Bonuses.
So you're
So
1 point behind Josh.
Again, you two are
Hundred.
cuddled up to one another.
Yep.
Hate to see it.
All right. So that's the end. We're gonna go and put in our bonus scores now, Walter.
Oh,
Yep. So we get points for the retailers. So the black bars here. So who had buildings there?
All right. So I'm just gonna zoom in on the final scoring tracker here, because why not?
you want me to,
Yeah. No, because
or
it's
you
gonna.
can shift it over. Shift it over.
I don't.
Shift the
I-
camera on the track.
You know, sometimes you make sense, Anne.
Every once in a while. I mean, there's a whole reason we got it. Oh,
Matt.
stop.
Yep, I see that. It's cool. All right. So we got this track here. So what are we scoring up first?
Let's do Canada first.
Yeah.
So Canada, I'm going to get 11 points. So 11 plus 97 is going to be
208.
208 that I'm at. Second place in Canada is Josh with 8 points. So he is going to go up to 77. I'm sorry, 87. 187. Then
Next up is India.
India. That's Ann first with how many?
13 points.
Ooh, 10, 1, 2, 3. Next up is Josh.
Me with 10 points.
10 points. All right. And then next up is
You.
with how many?
8.
8. So 16. Cool. Alrighty.
Then we do our technology, our patents.
Oh, okay. Oh, because Walter
Walter?
didn't get any bonus points for going into those markets.
No retailers for me, but I have 16 in patents.
You have how much in patents?
I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. What's the one for games? What's the gaming one?
8. You should have 18 in patents in total.
18, yeah. Gaming and NFC.
All right. So you were green, so that's 10, and then 8. So look at how close
Walter's
this is
in
right
last
here.
place because that's all the points you'll have
Yeah.
to the game.
Walter's in last place.
What a loser.
Matt, what did you have
and
for patents?
I invented 4G. I invented 4G.
So salty.
So that's
Sweet.
going to put me up to 228.
Wow.
And Ann, did you have any patents?
I did. I got 1 for 6 points.
All right, 1, 2, and then 6. So you're at 206, and then Josh.
Sure.
I
4?
got 14 points.
Ooh, what did you get for patents?
I got Wi-Fi and battery.
That's 14.
Yep.
That's good. All right, so then you're going to go up to 2. So that's going to be 207 plus 4, so 211. Josh beat you. It was close. But the moral of the story is I win.
Very nice, sir. What was your final?
I had 228 points,
You
which,
know-
according to you,
Very-
Walter, is a
very
noob score.
Right? Like, that was the thing I was just
For-
thinking. For
for
being up at
this setup
500.
of bonuses we have, that's pretty solid.
He's trying to make you feel good about
He
yourself.
is. He is. I appreciate it. Thank you,
Trying to make
Walter.
himself feel better for his really bad score.
Josh got it.
But yeah, all together, we were pretty close. So, like, I got the 228, Josh got 211, and got 206, and Walter got 196.
I'm so fired.
But
For a 4-point swing in the beginning, how far were? Oh, look, I landed
Yeah.
back on the blue. That's cute. For 1 point off, and for no, never mind.
yeah, I mean, we were still pretty close.
Yeah.
All things considered.
Yeah.
Very.
So that was Smartphone Inc. by Arcane Wonders. So Walter, is there any aspects of this game that maybe we didn't get a chance to touch on in this spotlight playthrough here that you wanted to make sure that you got the point across for?
We kind of hit a lot of them. I feel like we got a lot of the tough decision making. I mean, we saw how just some of my small choices right at the end, like the decision to go to USA instead of India, and the decision to not sell phones to try to be greedy out here on the board, was a very big swing right at the end. So we see that a lot of these like really small decisions really matter, and that's kind of what I was saying at the beginning, where after your first playthrough, when you look at those 5 rounds, you're just like, holy crap, each of these rounds really matters, and there's no room for mistakes. So I feel like we saw most of it, except for, next time we get a chance to play, whether it's at a con or whatever, let's play with the other sides of the base game power-ups, because they do make it a totally different experience. Each one changes the game a lot. And so for the stretch goals in the Kickstarter, a lot of the stretch goals are just adding one more technology, and quick observation that's like, oh man, that's just one more token. It's a totally different meta game, the different combinations of these you have. So even adding just one more AD token adds a ton of different new options for what the game actually feels like strategically.
Very, very cool. So I just wanted to point out, too, that, Walter, if you did sell your phones to the ocean like you were contemplating, that would have brought you up to 214, which would have put you in second place.
Oh, wow.
And the extra points for India instead of the USA, what a fool.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you would have got those extra points for India, how many points would you have got for being the last one in
6
there?
points.
And
So-
it would have
6 points.
So 6 points, so he would have been here, so he would have been at 220, so he would have been only 8 points off of me for then.
and it would have reduced my points in the USA and also changed my strategy.
Why would
True.
it? Oh, yeah,
So
that's
so
true.
those little
Yeah.
tweaks make such, they have like a ripple effect, and that's one thing I really love about this game. Like, I think it's really easy to put it into a category where there's like binary strategies, but
Yeah.
it's really about those micro decisions along the way. That's where the real meat of it comes in, I feel like.
Very cool. All right, so Walter, thank you so much for joining us today. We really do appreciate it. One last time, where can our viewers go to find out Smartphone Inc.?
So it's on Kickstarter right now. Smartphone Inc.
Go now!
Start doing Kickstarter. We'll drop it into chat. And yeah,
Ends
it's
on
got
Monday?
61 hours left.
It's the final
And we're
countdown.
currently just a hair under
Keep the link up.
196.
I think Walter's put it in chat right now.
Walter, if you could throw that up into chat for all of our viewers at home. And then we would like to say a big thank you to Arcane Wonders for sponsoring this stream
Yes.
and all of the week streams here at Twist Gaming with their spotlight of Smartphone Inc. So super excited to play this one again. Walter, you better find me at the next convention we're going to be at, if we have time, which is probably no. I want to play this again with you.
Probably no, but yes, I would love to play again. I love hanging out with you guys. Thanks for having me on. This has been super great.
Fantastic. And thank all of our viewers for watching at home. We're going to take a brief intermission right now, but we'll be back in just a few moments with our first impression session of our Spotlight stream, where we talk about our favorite aspects of the game, any constructive criticisms that we might have along the way, being our first playthrough, and then the final, most important question of the evening of would we play this game again. I think you got a little teaser there
Spoiler.
of what my answer is going to be. But with that, thank you, folks. It's Twist Gaming signing off. I'm Matt.
I'm Ann.
Josh.
Have a good one, everyone. Thanks again,
See you
Walter.
soon, guys.
Bye-bye.